Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the third test match between France and the Wallabies. This is the decider. Each side have been able to win one of the previous encounters, so this one will decide who wins this test series, and I am extremely excited for it. Hope you guys are too. If you do enjoy this live stream, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of you already in the chat, all excited for this match as well. So it's going to be very exciting to see how it goes as well. In this match, we have got up the Wallabies from Ed Vogel. Also, Smithy Toilet has said Barrett rubbish people acting like it's 2017. And we have also got Go Wallabies. And we have got, tell you what, all of you guys are in the chat already. I do appreciate you all being here. What time is kickoff? It is going to be kicking off in around 17 minutes time. But we have got plenty to talk about in this match in terms of who is going to be able to win it. Is it going to be the Wallabies or is it going to be France making a bit of a statement there, winning that last match by a couple points? Both of these previous encounters have only been decided by 2 points. Just the lineup says Marco Vonapola-Bear. They are coming up right now as well. For these two sides, we will start with the home side, the Wallabies. They have gone with quite a few changes in this match as well. The front row, very similar to the last match, which is going to be James Slipper, Brandon Paianga-Amosa, and then also Alan Alatoa. Darcy Swain going to be starting in the number 4 jersey, and then Salakai Lotto is going to be next to him. So that is the lock pairing. Then looking at the loose forwards, Lockie Swinton is back for the Wallabies. He's going to be at 6. Michael Hooper, he has scored in both matches in this series so far, so he will be hoping to do it. Once again, we will move over here. Once again, on my chair. And then Nizarani getting the start in the number 8 jersey. No Harry Wilson this week for the Wallabies. Then Tate McDermott getting to start at 9. I saw a lot of people very happy with that he is going to get his opportunity to be able to be in that starting lineup over Jake Gordon. Then it's going to be Lolesio at 10. Hunter Paisami and Ikitau is going to be the combo for the midfield. Ikitau only just making his debut last week. Now he is in the starting lineup up against France in a deciding test match. It could either make or break him in that regard. But then we have got Filippo Dalgunu out on that right wing, which is going to be interesting to see how he goes. Previously just returning from injury, so we will see whether or not he has still got that explosive pace that he does normally have. And then Marika Korombeti, that man last week had a brilliant game, but unfortunately just wasn't quite enough to be able to get the Wallabies the win. Then Tom Banks, consistency is key, and that man seems to be consistently decent at what he does in that fullback jersey. And yeah, hopefully it will be the same in this match for the Wallabies. So that is the starting lineup. We have also got in there, Cameron Walkie has been immense for the front side, I will say. And we have got, hey, from Kyle in the chat, welcome into the live stream. Well, Swinton is back from last year's send-off, said Ed Vogel. Yeah, that's the thing. I remember when he got sent off up against the All Blacks, it was a bit of a shame because he was playing a very physical game of rugby up till that point, and Nizarani made an impact off the bench both games, says Marco Vonapola-Bear as well. Dalgunu is a liability, says Solo. That's the thing. He is very good when it comes to the high ball, but I think his defence has often been questioned, whether good in Aussie land at the moment, says Heinrich as well. Yeah, it looks like perfect conditions at Suncorp Stadium for a great game of rugby between these two sides, and that is exactly what we're going to get to see. We're seeing Hunter Paisami, how physical he has been in the last couple of matches up against France, but Arthur Vincent, I feel, has been phenomenal for France as well. We will look at their lineup now, but they have got a few changes as well, France. So both sides trying to work out what the right combination is going to be for them to be able to get this win. But Hunter Paisami in the last match, they are just showing 4 tackle breaks, post-contact meters of 91 in 2021 tests so far. That is phenomenal for that man. But they have still got Balor in the number 2 jersey. 2 changes for the props, and that's going to be Floretta and also Falatia. Then in the lock jersey, the number 4, the name that I couldn't quite say last time, I think it's Chasson or something along those lines. And then Taufa Whanua going to be starting. He is a physical man in that number 5 jersey, and he will be trying to drive his way perhaps to the try line for the first time of this series. Then it is Cretin at 6. Then Cameron Walkie had a very good game last week, although also Diallo is nowhere to be seen, and he made about 24 tackles in the last match for France, which is just a crazy number to be able to have. And then the captain, Geelong, he has been doing very well throughout this series. I actually named him as my player of the week on the podcast that we did do a little bit earlier on in the week as well. And then it is going to be Kuyu at 9 once again. Hastoy is going to get an opportunity at 10 for the first time. In the other matches, it has been Carbonell, Vincent, and also Barassi in the midfield. Is going to be exciting to see what they can do. Pinot out on one wing. Thierry Thomas is going to be returning for France as well. So both sides have a lot of changes. And then it is going to be Jamanier once again, who is going to be at the fullback role. We will quickly have a look and see what you guys are saying in the chat. Best try of the game, All Blacks versus Fiji, says Ed Vogel. Or best try, who was it? There was one that was in the middle. I can't remember who it was. Maybe was it a Sever Reese try? But one of them was a very good one. And unfortunately, now I can't think of who it was. Unfortunately, how far till kickoff? We have got 12 minutes until it is scheduled to be kicking off. Although some of these Australian games do kick off a few minutes later. We have also got house appearing of Anton Leonard-Brown and Harveli on an earlier match 1 to 10. I'd say it worked all right. Leonard-Brown was probably a bit quieter than he would have liked to be, but it was one of those ones they kept on throwing the skip passes, so they just left him out of it at times in that regard. But I like the combo, but I think Rieko Ioane, his pace as well injected in there somewhere might be a decent way of going. We have also got there in the chat rate Anton Leonard-Brown's performance. I feel bad he didn't get a try on his 50th game as well, says Ed Vogel. I'd give him, he was solid, but he didn't have any huge moments in the game. And we have Oscar Bumpers, a bloody beast as well, says Smithy Toilet, and also like the Stream Kiwi Lads family. And to Hamish, where do you find that format where you're allowed to put the names right next to the number as well, says Smithy Toilet, if that makes sense. As in, how do I get this, Smithy Toilet? When you show the lineups, how do you do that, brother? Want to use it to create my all-time 15s. I actually use it off Tribe, which is an app that kind of follows New Zealand games and also just sport all around the world. It is available in New Zealand, but unfortunately, this is actually kind of their format, so I can't actually change any of the names that are here, unfortunately. But I believe there are actually a few simulator-type ones that you can use online to be able to kind of change the names. I think Rugby Itch is someone who has used one in the past that kind of changes them up a little bit. And we have also got, come on, Aussies, get in there and do the damage as well, says David. And also Dylan Creighton is a pretty good flank as well. Yeah, that's the thing. Loose forward trios throughout the world have just been very good indeed. I'm just quickly going to do my poll. Who is going to win the match? I feel like it's going to be a bit of an even split between you guys because some of you, of course, will be going for the Wallabies, but then also, I don't know, maybe France will get a few votes as well. It's going to be close. Both games only decided by 2 points, which is just a thinnest of margins. Of course, in that first game, maybe France could have won it, but then in the second game, it was very close as well. And Aussie were the team that we were able to get at kickoff time. NZ time says, look at night, it will be 10 p.m. New Zealand time. So we are only a few moments away from kickoff getting underway in this one, and it should be a very exciting match to watch. We will look at the benches as well while we are at it. Ulysses going to get his first chance of the year for the Wallabies. Then it is Angus Bell, once again, dangerous ball runner. Him and Taniela Tupou together are just going to be an awesome combo to be able to watch. Then there is Matt Phillip, Valentini, Gordon as well, going to be on that bench. Matt Tamua and the returning Reece Hodge. After his long injuries, he's missed Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, but now he is going to be able to have an opportunity for the Wallabies here. But Valentini off the bench as well, I feel is going to be a very dangerous man indeed. Yeah, we will have to wait and see. Then for France, they got a few decent players in there as well. The likes of Bouthier is one that kind of comes to mind in terms of who will be the most dangerous. Also, Demba Bamba is a very talented player as well. So, yeah, it's going to be tough to pick a winner in this one. I have a feeling it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be split by more than maybe about 10 points in this one between these two sides. But we have, let's go, I'm drunk, but let's go, Aussie, says Disney, and let's go, guys. And Wallabies, I'd say to shade the final match by about 4 points. And I think that is kind of the general ruling that it's not going to be split by a massive amount in this one. It is going to be a close finish. And I feel like that is something that has made this series just that much more enjoyable because of the fact you never know what way it's going to be going. And we have got Hamish. I've been in Oamaru for a long time. Hamish, who won between the All Blacks and Fiji. All Blacks were able to get that win. And in the match, the end score ended up as it is 60 to the All Blacks and 13 to Fiji. Sever Reece getting a hat-trick. Artie Savia, Will Jordan, Rieko Ioane, Samasoni Tokiaho scoring twice, Shannon Frizzell, and then just the one try for Fiji, and that was Penny Ravai, who was able to get it. How about that DMAC try-saving tackle? That was phenomenal from Damian McKenzie. He is called the Clutch King for a reason, and he just came out of nowhere and was able to absolutely nail that tackle on Ben Vulavula. And winning the penalty as well just made it that much more better. We also got there best Fijian player on earlier games, says Ed Vogel. The best Fijian player, I have to look at their lineup again. I think overall, Yato, actually, without even looking at the lineup, he had a very good game for them. He just wasn't quite able to get the try that he would have been after. We have also got in that WC's Cocoa Pops, what's the score as well. We are at the stage of, we are around 9 minutes away from kickoff. So we haven't quite got a score, but the last time these two sides played was 26 to 28 to France. The time before that, it was only 23 to 21 to the Wallabies. So as we can tell, this one could be very close as well. And that is why it's going to be so entertaining to watch. And hope you guys are going to be excited for it as well. And that's not the last game we've got on today. We're going to have more matches. The first being the match between Wales and Argentina, also South Africa A, and it is the Bulls. They are going to be playing in just a little while as well. I'm not sure whether that's on Sky TV though, because I may try and get that up so that I can watch that game out of the corner of my eye to see exactly what is happening in that one as well. But Michael Hooper is the only man in this series to be able to score in both matches. His first try backing over the try line was a new technique that we hadn't seen before, and then the other was the try that he did score in the later stages of that last match that almost got the Wallabies a win, but in the end it just wasn't quite enough. We have also got in there Coco Pops 10 minutes. He'll kick off bro as well. That one can of Foster's left in the fridge. Thinking of drinking it for luck for the Wallabies as well, says Scrum Lass. And we have got, I think, the Artie Savia and Dame card and the All Blacks cards are with the West, says Kiwi Lads Rural. I'm not too sure what you mean there, sorry mate. We have got I'm not drunk nor high nor fritted nor I'm sober boohoo as well, says Marco Vodopolabia. I'm feeling slightly zesty though as well. And we have got Let's Go Aussie. What do you think the score is? As well, says Coco Pops. I don't think it's going to be split by more than maybe 10 points. I think is going to be the absolute maximum that this is going to be switched. So yeah, his eyes are very close together in the middle. I think the Wallabies under pressure will step up and trounce the Frogs as well, says David. And we only need to wait until the 7th of August for the Bledisloe Cup. Yeah, that's going to be an awesome competition. And then we have also got, it is going to be the Rugby Championship after that. So there is plenty of rugby on. And Kieran has fallen asleep. Come on, mate. We've only got another 3 to go. But now we have got only around 5 minutes or so away from kickoff, although we haven't had the national anthems yet. So we must be getting relatively close, though. But in that last match between the All Blacks and Fiji, relatively even overall in terms of those stats at halftime. So is this game going to be the same? Last time we didn't have a try for a little while. I will show the tries that were scored in that last match. This was what the score was at full time, and the try scorers Jake Gordon, Michael Hooper, also Damien Pinot was able to get one in the 21st. So in both of these matches between Australia and France, France have been the first team to score. Hit the like button as well, says Coco Pops, and then we have got that's how close together they are. And kick off Wales Argentina should be a good game. As well said, Wicked Night, it is going to be kicking off here in New Zealand at 2 a.m. But I'm going to be up for it. I'm hoping it will be a very exciting contest, seeing as they did have 2020 in that last match that they played. We also got Sup from Midnight Plays. Welcome in. Which is better, a try assist or try saver, says Ed Vogel. Or it's a hard one. I'd say that try saver, depending on the try saver, if it's the one like Damian McKenzie did, 100% the try saver, because of the fact that that was just a phenomenal one. What's the score margin for this match? Who you got, said Ed Vogel, and who is the ref? I don't actually know the ref yet, but in terms of who I have got for this match, I'm going to say Wallabies by 5, which might not be, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be close though, I think. I have also got there, I got the Dean McKenzie and Artavia cards in the packs as well, says Rural Kiwi Lads. I didn't actually know that there were rugby packs, so maybe I should get a few of those as well. Aussie should do a Dreamtime dance as well, says Ovie Snake, and Let's Go France, says Chris. And Australia should play a didgeridoo before playing, and who's going to score the first try. Right, looking at the men who are out on the field at the moment, who are going to be out on the field, I should say, I am going to say if it is an Australian who scores, it's going to be Marika Korompedi, just because I feel like he kind of deserves one after the performance he had in that last match. And then for me, for France, if France score first, I think it is going to be Geelong. I think the captain's going to step up. He's going to be able to score that first try, and he's going to be able to get his side into the lead. But Australia at this stage, 54% of you have said that Australia is going to be the side who will win this match. So we will just have to wait and see. But at this stage, we are only minutes away from this match getting underway, and I am extremely excited. Temperature is 16 degrees, forecast is clear, and the wind just a little bit, 39 kilometres an hour. I just Googled All Blacks trading cards, and now I'm screaming. I had no idea these even existed. I might have to have a look at them perhaps as well. And we have got, and how many tries are we going to see in the first half? I think 4, says Ed. 4, I think. Tell you what, I think it's going to be 2. And I think it's going to well and truly open up in the second half, because that's kind of the similar pattern that we have seen in the last 2 games. But then maybe the sides will be trying to break that pattern. So 4 is well and truly a possibility. They are in the Weet-Bix packs. And well says Kiwi Lads Real, and I'm going Wallabies just because of the home field advantage. But they are showing the lineups once again. I will do the same. This is the French lineup. That is not the French lineup. This is the French lineup that they are showing at the moment. I'm looking at Arthur Vincent in that midfield. Damien Pinot, when he had that ball in the last match, he did do decently. It's just one of those ones they didn't really find him enough for him to have as much of an impact as he would like. But Teddy Thomas going to be back out on that left wing for this match. Then I'd say loose forwards. You got to go Credin, Walkie, and also Geelong. They are going to be dangerous for France here, so I'm excited to see what they can do. Then we look at the Wallabies once again. A lot of changes here. They've got Dalgunu back. They have got Ikitau starting in that midfield, and then you got Tate McDermott as well, who is going to get a start. Those are the backs. Then in the midfield, well, that's the midfield done. Then in the loose forwards, Lockie Swinton, Michael Hooper, and Naisarani, 2 new men in that regard. But it will be interesting to see exactly what they can do here. Then on the reserves, few good players there. I'm looking at the likes of maybe Reece Hodge might be able to nail a long kick. I know a lot of people are worried about whether or not he will be fit and ready for this match, but I think he will have a decent chance of having a good impact. I'm just currently setting up the other TV to see if I can watch that game at the same time of it being the South Africa A and the Bulls. And we have also got in the chat an Aussie-based in the UK and know how French squad from the top 14 and knew that they are quality. Feeling rather nervous. The French are most unpredictable team. I see a very close finish with this one. Yeah, with the fact that these last 2 games have only been separated by just the 1 point, or sorry, the 2 points, I feel like it's extremely difficult to see either side being able to run away with this one. We have got Curtly Beale, best Aussie ever, says Marco Vanapola Bear, and also we have got all games were finished by close points. This decider is worth holding my toilet break, says Ed, although that's one thing, you're going to be holding it for a full round 100 more minutes. So if you do need to go, maybe it is time to go just before the game starts, because we have still got the national anthems. So you will have time in that regard to be able to get the business done before we get to the kickoff. And that is when this stuff is going to get serious between these two sides. Al just punched a sharp object. Kieran now is going out to the side. He's got a bit of a lean today, Kieran. I'm not sure whether he's been drinking or what, but now he seems to be all right now, which is good news. George Gregan, he is small AF as well. And we have got Damian McKenzie as 177 centimetres as well. I think that is slightly shorter than me, so I feel relatively happy that I am slightly taller than Damian McKenzie. And we have also got in there, depends on position, and go France, says Escaroy. Right, we are getting close to kickoff now. We are just waiting for the lineups to be announced. And I am going to be looking down. What channel in New Zealand do we think that they would put the game between South Africa A and the Bulls on? Because I want to kind of keep kind of informed with that one as we're going. Thoughts on the Australian bench? I think with Valentini off that bench, as well as Taniela Tupou, Angus Bell, they are going to have that injection of power and pace late in this match. And it could be the difference here, depending on how it goes, because of the fact that, like, adding those guys in late in a game, Reece Hodge, his experience, he's got a decent amount. I believe, actually, the game is not being broadcast anywhere other than in South Africa, so I'm not going to be able to watch that one, unfortunately, at the same time. But at this stage, they are making their way out onto the field now. But yeah, we are on our 3rd live stream of this day. We are going to be coming around to another 2 later on in this one, and we almost got road to 3Ks. We're almost there as well. Says Barry going road to 3K. We're actually past 3K. We're almost at 3.5 at this stage, which is pretty crazy. So I do thank you all very much for your constant support on these videos. It makes it that much more fun to be able to do them while you guys are here. Michael Hooper, he is going to be leading his side out onto the field. And like I mentioned, 10 p.m. is when they say kickoff is, but it never is in Australia, unfortunately. It's always like 5 to 10 minutes later. But they are at Suncorp Stadium for this match as well. And we have also got their Move channel real live as well, says NBC. And we have got Hi on back, says Brian, welcome in. And 52 or 51 says the Kiwi Lad. The Kiwi Lad, we've got a few people with our name in the chat, which is awesome. And we have also got road to 4K subs always there, Kiwi Lads. Here we are going well and truly up at the moment, and it is awesome. I wonder if Harmour is so salty at Samasoni, like I'm the third rate best hook for the All Blacks. I couldn't read that one for you, Marco, for the polar bear, unfortunately, but it's going to be interesting. That's the thing. Cody Taylor, like everyone's saying, he's putting all the hard yards kind of out on the field, and then these guys are coming off the bench and scoring all the tries as well. And we have Oscar, hey, Kiwi Lads, can you please help me to stay happy? Or to say happy? Stay happy or stay happy? Brandon, do let me know how I Kiwi as well. From Johannes, welcome into the live stream. France 32, or sorry, France 32, or sorry, Wallabies 32, and France 18, could be. If we are lucky, Suncorp Stadium as well, it's going to win, says Breyer. And yeah, at this stage, they are going to be playing this game in Brisbane. The first match was also kicking off in Brisbane, but now it is going to be at Suncorp Stadium for this final match. This is the decider. Neither side will want to be losing this one because the series is on the line. I don't think anyone saw this one coming. I think everyone, from seeing the lineups at that first day of the match between these two sides, everyone went, right, the Wallabies are winning this one, but now it is 1-1, and now it all comes down to this. At this stage, they are just doing the welcome to land, welcome to country, I think it is called as well, But now we are only getting moments away. How many tries is it going to see in the first half? I think 4, says Ed. I am going to say 2. But in the second, I think we're going to see 6. That's quite a lot. I am 5'4" and 10 years old, says a Kiwi lad. Is that I'm not sure what a normal height for a 10-year-old is. I assume that is not too bad. 5'4", that's decently up there, I think. And we have also got Buller from Fiji as well, says Millie Jordan. Welcome in, mate. And we have also, geez, Marco for the follow here. We have got, I'm 180 centimeters and I'm 11, you small as F. McKenzie says Kiwi lad rules. I mean, but he made that awesome tackle on Ben Buller, so he's still right up there in my books in terms of, yes, he's small and like stature, but he is huge when it comes to the heart that he shows on the field as well. I'm going to say the Wales score over Argentina will be 23-6 as well, says Jet Lees, and 11 and 5'5". And where's your dad who's outside popping a cone? Says Smithy Toilet. He's in the kitchen at the moment. France all the way, says Johannes, and also bro. So I'm 3 years old and Marco for the follow me. You're making it hard to read most of your stuff out today. I'm reading it in my head, just not quite out loud on the live stream. 28-26 to Aussie. So reversing the last match that we did see, because of course the score in that regard was that it was 28 to France, 26 to Aussie. Are we going to see a last-minute penalty in this game? Tell you what, we will play a little game in the chat. I want to see your guys' opinion. Are we going to see a drop kick attempt in this game? That's a big question. I'm actually going to say yes. I think we will. I think that someone will have the penalty advantage and they will go for that drop kick. 28 for 14 for the Aussies, says William, and Aussies, says Vishrant as well, and go France from Joella. We've got a few split opinions in the chat at the moment at who we think is going to be winning. If you haven't already, be sure to vote in that poll. At this stage, it seems like Aussie are sitting around that 56%. Oh, they've dropped right down to 52. It's almost 50-50 going into this match. Who's your moderator as well, says Marco Polar Bear. I don't actually have one at this stage. I feel like I should probably look at getting one very soon, though, because I feel like I still managed to keep up with the chat not too bad. So it's one of those ones that, it's one of those ones that it's not too bad overall. We have also got in there New Zealand milk made your bones grow, as well as their scrum less. And, of course, bit of calcium doesn't hurt no one. Other than, I guess, lactose intolerant people probably can't have too much calcium. In that regard, Aussies will score 3 tries in 20 minutes, says Heinrich, and also Hodge penalty for the win, says Wicked Knight. I wish he would be able to do so, because it's one of those ones, he's one of those players that people have said that he may have cost them the Tri-Nations last year. And I feel like that's pretty harsh, but, you know, he wants to be able to nail one of those long kicks to really cement himself as one of the key players for Australia. We've also got most exciting Aussie player in this match, says Ed Vogel. Or most exciting, I feel like Lockie Swinton's going to be one to watch, because you know he's going to play with that aggressiveness that he always follows up with. And at this stage now, the Wallabies warming up. The national anthems have been done. So now we are getting extremely close to the kickoff. We will put our banner up. Australia 0, France 0 at the moment. It is anyone's game here between these two sides, and I am absolutely buzzing for it. I hope you guys are too. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to check out the Kiwi Lads game. I haven't actually got the pinned chat, which I probably should do because of the fact that I did have it there a little bit earlier on. So what I will do just before we get to kick off is I will put this one in to the chat. We will go like that, and then we will go like, one moment. There we go. We are good to go. That pinned comment is the link to the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel, and also it is the link to our podcast that we have recently started. And who's going to win the Bledisloe this year, says Briar. I guess the obvious choice would be the All Blacks, just because they have won it so many times in a row. But I hope Australia can have a performance like they did last year. I mean, they won one of those games last year, if I'm not wrong. So it would be awesome if they win at least one this one as well. And we have also got Hooper's vision so close. Eyes are so close together as well. But it is going to be kicked off now for the Wallabies versus France, the third match of the Test series. And it is well and truly on Geelong there, taking it there, the captain there. I said there about 5 times in there. I think I'm too excited for this match at the moment. But at this stage, Ben O'Keefe is going to be the referee for this one. And it looks like Kuyu here is going to be kicking it high. Yes, he does. Who is going to be taking this? Tom Banks running forward. Oh, he's almost taken it, but he has dropped that one. So it's going to be a knock-on advantage. Kuyu now using the back line. Yeah, it's going to be in the hands of Jamin. He's been in the ears, back in the ears, going. Breaking through the tackle with Dalgunu. And I think Dalgunu may have just dislocated his shoulder. And that is not the start to the match he would have been after. That is for sure. Going to be now Kuyu on the halfway line. Dalgunu does not look flashy. Led with the shoulder and it has backfired big time. It is going to be in the hands of Taufa Fanua going it back across Kuyu now. Going to be in the hands of the number 15, Jamani, a little kick of behind, and it goes into touch there. But at this stage, Filippo Talgunu does not look flash at the moment in terms of maybe an injury, and whoever's got there. It looks like the rugby guru sit next to you as well, says Johannes. I guess he has got a similar haircut as the rugby guru. That is for sure. Whoever's got first try for France in the 12th minute. And hey, Kiwi lads, are you doing a video of an All Blacks and Rugby Challenge 4? Says Flower. I actually filmed it, but I haven't had a chance to edit it yet. So it may come out tomorrow, I guess, but it may be too late for some of you guys to want to watch it. But yeah, we might be able to put that out. My scoreline wasn't quite the same as the real life match, but it is still a decent one to watch. And we have got, oh God, says Scrum Lass as well. Filippo Dalgunu, surely this is not the end of the match for him. He looks like he is going to be continuing, but he just led with the wrist and just got it in the wrong place, so he ended up whacking it, and it does not look too great for him. Surely he can't go off the field already. This would be huge for the Wallabies. They would straight away have to make a sub. He's not looking like he's feeling too great, Filippo Dalgunu. And we're only a minute into this game as well. We also got Darcy Swain. Darcy Swain played for Brisbane Boys College. I don't know why he didn't choose to stay in Queensland to play for the Reds. I'm just going to have a look at this one here. So it was Jamanier running forward. And he got the knee on the wrist. Unfortunately, that would have been very painful for Dalgunu there. Unfortunately, just getting it completely wrong in the tackle. And we have got there. Instead he went to camera as soon as he graduated, just like Noel Alessio. Reece Hodge is going to be out on the field. And that is the end of Filippo Dalgunu's night. That is huge. Already, geez, I'll miss Dalgunu, says David W. They've only had him for a minute. He only just came back from injury, if I'm not wrong, and now he is already going to be gone. But straight away, Reece Hodge is going to be injected. Call me Brandon, Kiwi lads. As well, I do try my best to keep on calling you, Brandon, but now it's going to be Salakai Alotto who takes that ball in the line out, trying to get the rolling maul going here for the Wallabies. And at this stage, it is standing pretty still for them. A minute 30 into this match now. Paenga Mosa gives it back to McDermott, who is starting this one. He has kicked it downfield, and Reece Hodge chasing this one straight away, trying to line it up, taken beautifully by Teddy Thomas. But he is dragged down by Reece Hodge. Now it's going to be Kuyu goes to Geelong, the captain now. He is going to be tackled by Alalatoa. He is actually down as well. Alalatoa, he doesn't look too flash. And Tani Alatupo might now be out on the field, but now it's going to be one of the French players, Vincent, driving forward for France, and they are in a good position here. Alalatoa looked a little bit slow getting up. Now it's going to be Jamanier with a little kick by Teddy Thomas, trying to chase this one. It's close to the touchline, and it is going to be in the hands of Lockie Swinton. And at this stage now, they are going to be protecting the ball, or rather, it's going to be a counter-ruck for France. And they have stolen this one 15 metres out from the Wallabies line. Goes back now, Jamanier. Passes it across to the number 1, the loose head prop. Going to be tackled by Darcy Swain, who drags him down to the chalk. And at this stage now, they have got a good opportunity here, France. Kuyu sounds a bit of a dummy, goes to Barlow, breaking the tackles. And so far, France are looking like they're going to be playing a very aggressive game, but that one was stolen by the Wallabies for a second, but he had to give it back, and now it's going to be an advantage as well. It's ripped away, and it's going to be the penalty to France. No yellow card as well, says Ed Vogel, and we have got, are you going to watch the Springboks versus Bulls today? Says Shannon's Life. I was hoping to, although unfortunately for some reason it's not available here in New Zealand. It is only on SuperSport in South Africa, so it will mean that I'll probably only be able to watch highlights of that one. And we have got maybe the Queensland heat got too much for Noah and Darcy as well. See Marco Vonopolobia, and we have got on back, says the Kiwi, they welcome back. And he's done, I think. See Wicked Knight and Hamish the French are on fire. They're looking sharp early on in this one. And we have got 2 cents already smashed back 2 pairs as well. I can upside down, sideways, 180 banana, kick, flip, kick, twist, back, double back flip, kick a Steeden from the 100-meter mark. I have no idea what half of that was. Dalgunu's a grub. Tried injuring Clark as well. Says Smithy Toilet. But now it's going to be an opportunity for France to be able to get some points on the board. 9 from 9 for Jamanier throughout this competition, and this one is a nice, easy one for him as well. So that will mean that France will be leading this match early on, and that is one thing that they have done many times throughout this series. They are always leading early on in these matches by the looks of it, but now it's going to be 3-0 for France over the Wallabies. Are they going to be able to continue building this momentum, France? They were 15 points ahead in that first match when they did end up losing it. Will they be able to keep on pushing through this game and be able to match that physicality? And that is a big hit for Dalgunu. Even though his tackling technique there wasn't ideal, he is still one of those players who can run hard with the ball and is good under a high ball. So that may change the technique completely. Now it's going to be in the hands of the French player. And I think that's going to be a penalty, is it? No, it's a knock-on against Geelong, and he is holding his face at the stage by the looks of it. Not sure what's happened to him, but I think he is going to be down as well. I think he's going to have to go for an HIA. We are losing players flat out. Geelong takes it. Oh, Marika Conan Betty did the tackle, and I think Geelong did the big dive afterwards, but I think that actually connected with the head. Marika Korompeti, that might be shoulder to the head. This could be a red card for Marika Korompeti. Hope it's not, because that would be a terrible way for this match to be going shoulder to shoulder, they have said. But by the looks of it now, it is just going to be the penalty, but Geelong is going to be checked out. Come on, Wallabies, see there, Vogel. I can give you a link to watch next game if you want as well, said Wicker Knight. Is that the Springboks Bulls game? If I'm not wrong, and how long's Vuluvalu out for? I'm not too sure. I feel like I would love to see him get a bit of game time as well, though, because in that game, throughout Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, he was one of those players that just seemed to be the one who was the ideal opportunity out on that wing for a cross kick or anything like that. But now without him and without Dalgunu, now to Marika Korompeti, I thought for a second he was going to be gone. Blumenik as well, says Mako Vunapolabia and Blimey, as well says OB Snake. And we have got in there, come on, Wallabies from Ed Vogel. I think the chat at this stage, in terms of that poll, still pretty close, 90 votes, 54% of viewers said that the Wallabies are going to be able to win. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not that is going to be the case. We have Oscar O'Hamish. If you search up my name on YouTube, you will see the cringe of the cringe. Can you try and sub to me as well and comment it's you, says Brian Simpson. I will try my best to remember after the live stream to give it a search. Do you make videos or is it just, do let me know. But at this stage now, Geelong, they're checking for potential foul play. I think that's actually a shoulder to the face of Geelong. And I think that's how they're going to call it, which will be interesting to see what they decide. Because it's almost shoulder to the neck. Go the French as well, says Rural Sheepdog. And Brian has put a few squares on the floor. Geelong, he holds the nose and drops to the ground, which of course makes the Suncorp crowd not too happy. Yeah, any game really as well. So it is Geelong. I don't know how they're going to call this one. We've seen them called before as yellow cards. We've seen them called as reds before. But Geelong slightly drops. So because of it, that he does drop a little bit. And then from there, Geelong with the big dive, I don't think he helped himself because of the fact that the crowd were not happy. It seemed like it was close to head-to-head contact here. So we're going to have to wait and see what they are going to decide. But Geelong went down like a sack of potatoes there, and that is not ideal for the French. If they were to lose their captain, I think he's going to have to go off for an HIA the way that he went down. And we have got quality. It's not the best, but better than nothing as well, says Wicked Knight. They are checking this many, many times at the moment, which makes me extremely worried that maybe they are going to be going to the pocket, and Marika Korompeti could be off the field as well. We have checked it many, many times here. TMO, it's a huge decision to make. It ends up with shoulder close to the head. It's my first post ever football as well, says Brian. Hey, Hamish, did he use his arms? There weren't a lot of arms. There was a slight wrap that might have saved him a little bit, but it's going to be an interesting one. Hey, Kiwi lads, I'm not sure. I come to the next live stream. I think I'll go to bed as well, says Brandon. No worries. Sounds like he took a dive. He did fall down, but that is direct contact to the head. I think Korompeti's going to be in the bin. I think he's going to get penalised here, Marika Korompeti, and they are going to not have Dalguna and also Korompeti out on the field for the next 10 minutes. Huge moment in this game for the Wallabies. And we have also got in there Wallabies Australia from OB Snake, and also it's coming home Wallabies Les Bleus, as well says Marco, and a rugby from Torture. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. Oh no, I think it's going to be a red card. I think it's going to be a red card to Marika Korompeti. This is huge. The red card's coming out here for Marika Korompeti. They have lost Marika Korompeti and Dalgunu, both in the first 4 minutes of this game. The Wallabies are going to be down to 14 for the rest of this game, and they are missing both of their wingers. This is huge. France, Wallabies Les Bleus, it may be coming home in that regard. Yellow card at the most. It's a red card to Marika Korompeti. He is a player that had such a good game in the last match. It's crazy how this one's going to go. That's rough, bro, as well, says Wicked Knight. And also this is going to be full Mad Max Thunderdome as well, says Scrumless. And now at this stage, yep, that's the game ruined. Game over, no point watching now, says CH. I mean, you could still, you still stick around for a bit of the banter. I feel like the number of people watching is going to completely drop, but that is a massive call. Suncorp Stadium is not happy. No 20-minute red, not in this competition. It is, he's out for the rest of the game. Both red card or just one, says Kyle. It is just the one red card to Marika Korompeti, and then the injury of Dalgunu. So they have got Reece Hodge out there now. And Red says, OB Snake Frost 100, says Marco Votopolvia. And we have also got the red cards in the chat. Bloody hell, from Smithy Toilet. This is a shocking decision that as real red card in it. So it says Marco Votopolvia. So they have decided, because of the fact that Marika Korompeti's arm. His shoulder connects with the head, even though he ended up ducking down there, Geelong. It is a red card, they have decided. And we have got game F now. Shame the fans lose now, says CH. Although we never know, maybe France will get a red card in the 10th minute and we will be back to 14 versus 14. They have stolen that one now for the Wallabies, though. And now it's going to be Tate McDermott driving forward. The crowd are chanting BS at this stage. Oh, it's going to be a penalty to France as well. It was one by their number 20 who is on the field because of the HIA. That is going to be Alexandre Boconnier. Something along those lines. I feel like I said that terribly. It's not over. Anything can happen. That is true. At this stage, they could go either way. How do you make such good live streams, says Briar? I mean, I don't know whether they're good. I feel like they're just, I end up talking very fast and we go from there. I saw earlier on that someone was complaining that they were a bit boring. But, 50-50 we have got in there. He changed the game idiot as well, says David, and also just got a lot of work to do. But I am saying, says Brandon, and that's France player down now crying. As I said, Stephen, and Viva la France. And also we have got that so bad, that crazy. I can't believe that's a red. It should be a yellow. Yeah, it's one of those ones. The rule book is written in that way. And it does mean that there are some interesting decisions that's going to be now. Off the back, Kuyu only a metre short. Michael Hooper not releasing the man, I don't think. And it's going to be an advantage. It could almost be a penalty try here for France. No, they are going back. No clear release. Michael Hooper getting in there. Whose head is that? Oh, someone's head. Lockie Swindle, of course. He's going to be fired up. Seriously, the game has gone soft now, says Real Sheepdog. And also the Froggies lose this. Bloody embarrassing, says Smithy Toiler. I mean, we did see a draw in the match overseas between Wales and Argentina when Argentina went down to 14 for 50 minutes of that match. French player went down cry as well, says Stephen Pope. Yeah, he did hold his face and dropped to the ground. I think that was for the sake of them going upstairs to check the TMO. And we have also got there, Go France, says Go Chai, and also player contact sport and expecting no head-eye contact, says Smithy Toiler. How was that a red card? It should have been a yellow. Yeah, I think yellow at most for that one because, yes, the shoulder did hit the head, but with Geelong ducking down, I feel like it's one of those ones that you can't really, like if you're trying to contact with the body, you can't go much lower. But now it is going to be now a rolling maul for France. Is this going to be the massive opportunity for them to be able to possibly get something going? They've offloaded it back. Kuyu now, one-on-one with Tate McDermott, runs over the top of him. And Kuyu scores the try. And that is in the 7th minute. This is going to be a hard live stream to watch for Wallabies fans, perhaps. Do Wallabies still have fans? I feel like they do. They got a few supporters around. They had a few supporters in the stadium, but I'm wondering how many of them will be utterly disappointed with that one. But now it is going to be the try scored by Baptiste Kuyu. It was the rolling maul. And in the end there, it does mean now that it opened up the opportunity for them to be able to score the first try of this match. Kuyu is a hard name to spell. That is for sure. But he just dives straight over the top of Tate McDermott. Try time for the French side, Les Bleus. And they will be very happy with that one indeed. But we will write his name down in about the 7th minute that he was able to score this one. Baptiste Kuyu. We have got a whole heap of people in the chat as well. We have got cheers, Hamish. Oh, my voice is gone. We have got cheers, brothers. Let's all drink to our brother Hamish and his insane commentary. Much love, everybody, as well. Says Tesla, thank you very much, mate. France scored a try as well. See there, Bogle. Oh, the crowd is saying maybe it was a forearm to the face of Tate McDermott, but they haven't checked that one, and it's now going to be 10-0 to France. Now, we have seen France have a 15-0 lead, but they did lose that game, so anything is possible here for both sides. Good, you scored a try as well, and we have got whoever dislikes lives under a rock, says Brian. I think they are probably people who don't like the red card, to be fair, as well at this stage. Who is playing now, says Daniel Applegate. It is the Wallabies taking on France. Marika Korompeti is not on the field anymore. Because of it, turn the TV off and switch to get our hands primed and ready. Says Bucko Fotopolo. A good charge down there from Lockie Swinton inside of the 22 off kickoff. And now it is going to be a French line out just outside of their 22. We have got, who's the ref? It is Ben O'Keefe. But on TMO, I'm not actually sure who the TMO is in this one. It was an elbow to the chin as well, says Nick. It was a wicked night. Yeah, it did look like he slightly extended tap into that Feral Fury Wallabies. It's half a French side. Wallabies should keep it close as well, says Philip. That's the thing. Even with everything that has happened in these previous two games, still only 2 points has been the difference both times. That's going to be stolen there by the Wallabies. Now Salakai Lotto taking it nicely in the Wallabies. They will be fired up at this point. They are down to 14. It is a maul. It is going backwards by Anga Moser. Offloading it back to McDermott, who takes it nicely. Now it's going to be hunted by Sami running straight at the line. And he has been dragged down. And then number 12 jersey going to be Lolesio. Now it's a kick down the back line's looking good. Tom Banks with a kick of mine. Reece Hodge trying to chase it, and it's going into touch 5 meters out from the line of France. That is a good kick. and it will put the French side under all sorts of pressure in a situation that they've already lost a couple of the line out so far, but a lot of pressure on him now. We have also got, I will read it down in a very short moment, going over the top. It's going to be taken nicely there by the man in the number 20 jersey, whose name I couldn't pronounce. That is because of Geelong going off the field for an HIA. And now it has been kicked downfield by Stoy, I believe it was. Tom Banks taking that one nicely. He always makes meters for his side there. Tom Banks stepping, but he has been tackled there by Barlow. Straight in there was a French player, and it's going to be an advantage to the Wallabies. Now they can throw everything at this. It's going to be back to Arcee Swain. Lulisio, beautiful ball to Michael Hooper with a step as well. Michael Hooper offloads that, and McDermott scores the try for the Wallabies. He kicks it into the crowd as well. And that is a brilliant response to having a penalty advantage. The Wallabies able to score. That's going to be a 7-pointer as well. But Tate McDermott starting this match over Jake Gordon. And now Michael Hooper once again. I mean, people are hating on Michael Hooper a bit, but he has scored in every match so far. He has set up this try beautifully. Darcy Swain, Lulisio, perfect ball to Michael Hooper with the step as well. Offloads it to Tate McDermott. And he was able to score that try for the Wallabies now. It's going to be a big opportunity for them. I'm trying to spell McDermott. All of the guys who are scoring are hard names at this point. We need an easy name like Michael Hooper. Probably we'll get that name, though, later on in this match. That was a huge dive by Tate McDermott. You would hate to see him get injured by diving like that, but it is a try to the Wallabies. And Michael Hooper with a brilliant step offloads it to Tate McDermott, and he was able to score the try. See, we've got a whole heap of people in the chat as well. I will read it in a very short moment. I am just going to be quickly updating my scoreboard. Tate McDermott kicks it into the crowd. He is a happy man, and so are the crowd at Suncorp Stadium. That was scored in the 11th minute by Tate McDermott as well. That was what I was waiting for, and that one has gone over. So now the score, 7 to the Wallabies and 10 to France. We have got in there try, McDermott try as well. If I was at the game, I'd just be eating and crying at this point as well. And we have got, if I was in the stands, I'd streak the game plugging Kiwi Lads. Don't do that. I do not recommend that. Have a sign, maybe that you have on the sideline that's like, go Kiwi Lads, but not anything to do with the actual game, or else we could get sued, possibly. But we have got tomorrow. I'll probably try to go live as well, says Brian, and also and get arrested and tell the police Hamish from Kiwi Lads told me. No. None of that. And we have got, hang on, massive delay, says Obi Snake. It is going to be kicked now by Tate McDermott. By the looks of it, he is going to be putting up the box kick. Reece Hodge will be chasing this one hard for the Wallabies. 12 minutes into this game, and it is still very close, it looks like. Michael Hooper trying to line it up. Who's got it? It's taken beautifully there by Jamanier. And that is exactly what he needed to do under that high ball. Now it's going to be in the hands of Vincent. He is driven down to the ground by Angamosa. Straight on the ball, rips it away for the Wallabies. No, he doesn't. It is going to be a penalty against them. And we have got the ref as a massive wanker, says Stephen. Yeah, he's blown his whistle quite a few times so far, Ben O'Keefe, but also the TMO, I think, is one who was possibly to blame for that red card. And we have got there back to reffing. Second 15 games in New Zealand for Ben O'Keefe. And also we have got, are you on Facebook, Kiwi Lads? We actually do have a Kiwi Lads Facebook page, but we haven't actually posted anything at this stage on it. So maybe that is something that we should look at doing as well. But we do have an Instagram account that we also haven't posted anything on. That is the _Kiwi_lads. And that is what it is. 5 penalties so far against the Wallabies in this match. Not a single penalty against France here. So it's going to be interesting. They are showing there. The French coach, he looks relatively happy at the moment. Well, no, he doesn't really. He looks pretty sad. And now they have well and truly blurred him out. We have got Ben O'Keefe's been dragged all the year for his bone head calls as well. And Ben O'Keefe. We have got McDermott played for University of Queensland too. Go Red Harpies. And if I was at the game, I'd have a sign saying sub to Kiwi Lads. He's awesome as well, says Robert. That is the spirit. No streaking, though. Just this sign is enough for us. Jamanier now currently 10 from 10 in these test matches. Can he make it to 11? 100% so far. Riley, what a bloody try as well, says Millie Toilet. But now he is going to be taking this kick on. Jamanier lining it up. 43 out at the moment for this kick. Straight down the middle. He has been consistent throughout these matches, and now it is going to be France sitting on 13. The Wallabies sitting on a total of 7. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not that will change in the future. France need to stop milking penalties as well. CD Vogel, and also what's the time in Ireland? And if the point back and Jalabert we're playing, I dread to think of the score, says Philip. Definitely in this situation with 15 against 14 would be very tough for the Wallabies, but they seem to still have that fighting spirit. They want to somehow get this win. They're going to dig deep. Noel Alessio kicking off long, good kick. And it's going to be in the hands of Vincent now. Oh, no, it's the number 20. And he was nailed in the tackle by Relene Ikatal. Kuyu now going across Tamafuna, or Tamafafuna, sorry. Is Taumafafanu. That name didn't want to come out there. That one has been kicked to the touch, and now it is going to be 30 out. The Wallabies are going to have to line out. We have got, hey, Kiwi lads, are you doing a great day? I'm having a good day so far. We've got so many games of rugby on that it is hard not to be happy about it. We've still got the likes of Wales versus Argentina's next for me. There's also South Africa A versus the Bulls playing at the moment, but I'm not too sure of the score in that one. Now it's going to be Len Ikitau, who has been driven down to the ground. McDermott now gives it to Swinton trying to break the line, but Telfa Fanua making the tackle on him. Came out that time. Now it's going to be James Slipper hit hard in the tackle by, I believe it was their number one. McDermott now selling a bit of a dummy. Nizarani does knock that ball on a little bit, and now it is going to be kicked downfield by France. And that is a huge kick as well. It's gone into the 22, and because of it, is it going to go all the way? Oh, that's a brilliant kick. 5 meters out now. Lolicio goes to Tom Banks, and he does clear the lines for the Wallabies. That was a brilliant kick, though, from France downfield. Do you play Fortnite, Hamish? Says, bro, I haven't actually played Fortnite in about probably 3 years or so. We used to play it, me and Isaac, before it actually became popular kind of thing. And that was before they had any seasons or anything like that as well. How many? Don't do it. Okay, what a Olivia. We have got Fortnite as for children, mate. Says there's I guess it's one of those ones like even COD. I haven't played too much Call of Duty in the recent past. It's been all sports games for me at this stage. And 7, I'm pretty trash. And the well says Brian. And also we have got in there French flair consists of intimidating the men in black. And the well says Marco Vanapoli. Now it's going to be Barlow. Can he have that French flair in the line out? It's almost taken. And it's going to be a knock on. So it is going to be now a scrum feed. That is about the 4th or 3rd line out for France. That hasn't quite worked out. We play rugby on Fortnite as well. There's OE Snake, because that's the thing. I've been starting playing a little bit more rugby league, so we might do a career mode on the Kiwi Lads gaming channel, which is going to be the link in the pinned comment. That is to the gaming channel. If you do want to check it out, please do. At this stage, we've only got ARC videos on there, but then we are also going to be bringing a lot more videos in the future of probably general sports games as well. Seven Skins, cool, mate. We always got calm down, mate. I'm joking. Froggies will win by a few as well. And at this stage, we have got, guys, I have no, Johnny, we have got walked right into that one. Did indeed. I'm also a rugby player. What position do you play, mate? Do let us know. At this stage, we're also sitting on 35 likes, and France at this stage in the poll have escalated right up to 53% in terms of who you guys think is going to be winning. And by the sounds of it, Geelong, he is now back out on the field after taking that hit from Corbin Betty. Tate McDermott now going to be putting this ball in for the Wallabies. A lot of movement there, so I think it is going to be a free kick by the looks of it. No, it is just going to be a scrum reset. We have also got All Blacks 3, Aussie 0, and Aussie 15, and France 41, says Mark. That is a bold prediction, but maybe could be the case in this one. We have also got their rate both teams' performance so far, 1 to 10. I would say Australia, it's a hard one because Australia, you'd say because of that red card, you'd say that maybe they haven't had the best game, but also other than that, their backlines look sharp, so I'll give them about a 7. But France, I'm going to give them a 7 as well, purely because of the fact they've lost quite a few of their own lineouts, which is something you can't afford to do. Definitely not in this game. We have seen in the final moments of that other one, the game that was happening first at Suncorp Stadium, that line out in the final moment did cost them the game. Are you looking for a new rugby rules? As well, says Brandon, I know that they are going to be changing the rules. The likes of the goal line dropout is going to be coming into effect. No more 5-meter scrums, and also 50-22 is a new rule. How if you kick the ball with a bounce from inside your own half into the 22 of the opponent, you get the attacking line out. And Nizarani now going sideways. That's going to be a penalty to the Wallabies at scrum time. And they are looking fired up at the moment. Alan Alatoa especially. He wants to get a side to win here over France. We have got thanks to John Smith. And also we have got the next World Cup is going to France for sure. It is indeed. And it's going to be a very awesome match between France and the All Blacks. That's going to be the first one. Who got a red card? It was Marika Korombeti. So that is a huge moment in this game because of how well he played in that last match. They've also lost Filippo Dalgunu out on the other wing due to injury. So they have really lost both of their wingers, their 2 starting wingers, the Wallabies. And from here, they need to try and find a way of rebuilding into this game. They were able to score that try. It was a great one for Tate McDermott. But then there was also a try for the French side off. I believe it was that penalty, and it was Kuyu who was able to score it. They should keep 5-meter scrums. I feel like I'm a little bit that way as well. I feel like a 5-meter scrum is just one of those ones that it gives the attacking side a very good opportunity. I would say if they had it half and half kind of thing, if the ball was, I guess, because it is if you take it back. Surely if you take it back, it is still a 5-meter scrum. But if it is kind of inside of, or you're held up, I think is what the main one is. An intercept. No, Lolicio. And he's going to score the try. He puts the hand up and he scores it for the Wallabies. We'll come back to that in a moment, but that is a try for the Wallabies there, and they are fired up, and the crowd are absolutely loving him. And it was beautifully done by Noah Lolesio, and that will mean now the Wallabies will be sitting on 14 if he can get this kick over. But Noah Lolesio scores the second try of the match for the Wallabies. They are not giving up here. It was passed out. I believe it was Barlow first taking contact. Then from there, looked for the offload back. Kuyu passed it across, and it was stolen by Lolesio. And then from there, he had too much pace, and he was able to score the try for the Wallabies, and they are definitely right back in this match now, and it is looking impressive for them as well. I will read all the chat in a very short moment. We are just waiting to see what minute it was scored in, just beautifully taken by Lolesio, and the crowd were absolutely loving him. He pointed to them as well. I think he was almost swearing on his way over the try line. He is fired up here in this match. As long as the Wallabies are going to keep on fighting in this one, it's going to be a close one, even though they have 14 men on the field. Are they checking something? Is that what they're doing? I'm not sure. We've got a slow motion of Noah Lolesio scoring that try. I had a feeling that for a second they were going to actually check something there, but it was scored by Noah Lolesio in the 20th minute. And the Wallabies, if this kick goes over, this will give them the lead for the first time in this match. We have also got, yes, Wallabies as well. So scrumless, sorry, go you good thing. And also, as you Mrs. Keen on, being shared amongst the Kiwis chats. That one has been kicked by Noah Lolesio, and we have also got missing Mrs. is Australian. She's filthy at Colin Petty being sent off here. She won't be too happy. I know that a lot of people said it was a yellow card at most, so it's going to be an interesting one to see how it affects the game, but they are showing the Bledisloe Cup going to be in this situation because of the 7th of August. Going to be when the Bledisloe Cup. That wasn't almost a sentence. I'm sorry about that one. Rugby and Rugby Challenge 4, we can make them fly as well. Says it was earlier on from Brennan. And we have also got there Dialik Duprez boot as well. Put her on the block of it now. And it's going to be Ekadale driving for the Wallabies just outside of the 22 now. And the Wallabies are going to be trying their best to be able to drive forward now. They are looking decent here. The Wallabies at this stage as well. They are looking like they're ready for a battle with this French side. And we will have to wait and see whether or not it will come to anything. But at this stage now, they have got the 1-point lead. So once again, France had a big lead. But now it has been cut down by the Wallabies, which could mean that it is going to be extremely close. We have got two lads versus, oh no. Oh, that's going to be charged down. And now it's going to be the Wallabies under pressure. Every time I look at the chat, something happens in this game. It seems to be just that fast-paced. It's going to be now McDermott. He's going to be able to kick this one downfield by the looks of it. Or is he going to be rolling it back? Looks like he's going to be taking it himself here. Tate McDermott trying to get possibly a few extra meters for his side kicks it here. And it is going to be going into touch. Yes, it does. Are they going to take it quickly? Yes, they do. And they are going to be playing aggressively here. France is going to be Jamanier stepping around. That's a good tackle there from Noah Lolesio. Although it was Paisami who was able to make the tackle. Vincent now is going to be tackled by him as well. And it's going to be a penalty to the Wallabies because of the man rolling there. And that was well done by Hunter Paisami to win the penalty for the Wallabies. And we have got Wallabies like the Power Rangers becoming the Megazord as well. Says Scrumless, and this one's intense. The 1-1. They both want this as if it's a World Cup final. Yeah, it's an incredibly weird, I guess not weird, but an awesome situation to be in with the fact that it is going to be so even with 1-1. It sounds like a game is a bit untidy and plays the same as, yeah, it's kind of weird because of the fact that it's just a normal backline and then all of a sudden charge down or something like that in other games we haven't really been expecting. So it is kind of, yeah, it's hard to follow, to be honest, but 23 minutes gone in this one. The red card to Marika Korombeti earlier on, 14 to the Wallabies, 13 to France. Who is going to be leading at halftime? That's a big question we have also got there. Sounds, hello everyone, says Brandon, and welcome, and Megazord. That was a Red Hornets robot. You guys know a lot about Power Rangers. I haven't actually ever watched Power Rangers, so maybe I should, but Poyanga Mosa now going to be driving forward on the 22 now. For the Wallabies, McDermott goes back through the hands. Wasn't a knock on, though. Now it's going to be Leonard Cattell with a bit of a step. He's going to be dragged down by Geelong. They've got the advantage as well. Here the Wallabies round the side. Darcy Swain driving forward extra couple of meters. Goes back now. Going to be Paisami. Oh, he's just tried to run over the top of the number 3. And it's going to be another advantage. Going into the hands of Reece Hodge. No, it's Lockie Swinton. I was going to say, what's Reece Hodge doing? Hitting the ball up like he's a forward. Going to McDermott now. Alalatoa. Driving forward, still got the penalty advantage. 7 phases now. McDermott sells a bit of a dummy. He is hard in the tackle there by Barlow. They have been told to release him. And that is an awkward-looking breakdown. Lockie Swinton there fired up because of the fact that that guy was in the breakdown when he shouldn't have been Barlow. And then might have a little bit of a battle later on in this match. It's going to be a penalty to the Wallabies. What do they do here? Do they take the 3 to get a little bit more of a lead, or do they go for the corner? That's a big question. Power Rangers is an experience as well, says Scrumless. And also Hammer the Skip, says Aneva. And also we have got, go Wallabies. And F for France, A for Australia. And we have got 1 F from Rural Sheepdog, and also Wild Trick Kiwilers. Now that's a bloody throwback as well. There's Marco Vonapolabia and S for Spirit. This cannabis type of bloke. It well says Marco Vonapolabia, but they are just checking here. Or they are saying maybe a head-high tackle on Len Ikitau, and that was by Geelong as well. The man who made the original, or got the original high tackle from Marika Korombeti. And the crowd are going, oh, as you do. So they are trying to say maybe that it will be a penalty against Geelong here for the high tackle. That would be quite funny if that was how this match ended up going, with the fact that he would be getting sent off the field. Michael Hooper having a chat with him as well. Oz running as well, says Aneva. And also we have got Either Hera going to take Volution down to 0 as well, says Scrumless. That's the Wallabies keep applying the pressure. They are going to be taking on the 3 points. The crowd are booing at the moment. They are fired up for this one. We have got Marco, you never fail to make me, or the Jack Dyan laughter as well, says Tesla. Yeah, I feel like it's, even though I don't read out all of his messages, I do still read all of them in the chat. And there's some interesting ones that get thrown in there every once in a while. And we have got, I play 5-8 in league and first 5 in union, says Briar as well. Now Noel Alicio going to be kicking straight out in front to see whether or not he will be able to get this one and give the Wallabies a 4-point lead. Yes, they do. So the Wallabies now, even with the 14 men, are going to be leading this match 17 points to the 13 of Les Bleus. It'll be an exciting second half. That is pretty well. How many tries have we had so far? We've had 3 tries in this first half. We need 1 more, and then it will be. They're just showing the replay of Geelong's tackle there. And it wasn't too heavy on the contact, so I think that is why that wasn't a yellow card. Also, do you go to Australia, Kiwi lads? I have been a couple times to Australia in the past. I think the last time was about 2 or 3 Christmases ago, and we went to the MCG for the Boxing Day test between the All Blacks and the Black Caps and Australia. So that was a very awesome experience to experience there. We also got there. This game already looks better than the previous one. We're getting some tries, not just penalty goals. Yeah, at this stage, both sides, I feel like with the 14 men out on the field, it could be that's taken well by Jaminia, taking it beautifully, but now it's going to be Michael Hooper holding him up now, and it has been called a maul, so now they just need to hold this one in. It's going to be going down to the ground. Is the ball available? No, it's not, but it is going to be now. France are going to have the opportunity with the scrum. Marco gets paid $4.20 an hour during the weekend, says Butcher, and he ends up donating most of that to the channel. To be fair, Marco Vonapolabia always on these live streams. I think he's been here since, I always say he's been here since the first Rugby Challenge video pretty much that we did about almost 12 months ago. It was beautifully taken there by Jaminia, took it above his head, but then from there got into a little bit of an awkward situation when Michael Hooper, Payanga Most, and also Swain all tried to hold him up. Yeah, let's go. In reality, Darcy Swain's just a taller version of Lolicio, as well, says Millie Toilet, and also I'm just all chopped cones, bro, says Tesla. And we always got there. Marco gets paid $4.20 a month. Third world all conditions, and Michael Hooper is a class act. He's a talented player. I know a lot of people were giving him a little bit of strife about his performances, but at the end of the day, he is one of the only players. Well, he is the only player who has been able to score in both matches that have been played, which is a pretty awesome experience for the man. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see whether or not we will get to see another couple of tries. That one's going to be going up here by the looks of it. And Payanga Mosa in the front row just getting a little bit of a warning from the referee. I'm just going to have a quick look to see when the next game kicks off. I believe it is 11 o'clock that South Africa A and the Bulls play, but we aren't going to be able to go watch that game, but we are going to be able to follow along with the score as well. Marco gets paid in $4.20 instead of cash, as well as Macho and we others go. Have you seen Rick and Morty episode Captain Planet 1? I haven't actually watched Rick and Morty. I feel like I need to watch more Netflix because of the fact that, like, recently all I've been able to do is pretty much have time to edit and watch rugby. So I feel like Netflix is something that I need to get back into a little bit more. But yeah, there are some pretty funny Rick and Morty episodes I have heard from people. That's going to be a penalty there to the Wallabies. And that is for the player going down in the front row. I believe it is the man on the far side, which is Enzo Floretta. And he is not happy, or it might have actually been Falatia, who was that one who got penalised. We have this guy I play for in Waikato Club, as well, says Brian. Also, we have got there rate both teams' performance so far 1 to 10. I would say Australia is sitting at probably around that same rating of around a 7 because of a couple penalties that they've been able to score. In France, I would say they have probably dropped to a 6 just because of their penalties against them so far. Please show us the time as well, says De La Tre. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I can only really show or kind of tell you the time. It is 29 minutes into this one. But unfortunately, for some reason, I'm unable to put a timer up on the screen. I just punched a light. That was unfortunate. But yeah, for some reason, the live streaming software that I do use doesn't actually allow us to put a timer up, sadly. But I will try and keep you guys informed every few minutes about what time we are up to in this game. And we have also got in there Rick and Morty mock the hell out of old Captain Planet, as well, says Marco von der Polar Bear. And also, we got 109 people here. It is pretty awesome that you guys have been tuning in for this match. It's going to be now Payanga Mosa with the ball at the back of the rolling move for the Wallabies. 20 metres out at the moment, starting to move forward, starting to move sideways a little bit as well, though. They will have to be careful. Tate McDermott's going to be taking this ball off the back, gives it now into the hands of Paisami, driving forward, trying to run over the top of, it was the man in the number 12 jersey, or 10 jersey, which is Hastoi for this one. And now the Wallabies once again going to be putting a few phases together. Going to Alan Alalatoa, driving straight, but he is going to be dragged down by the number 4 for France. Round the side, Naizarani. Little bit high from Taufifanoa. Round the neck there, so I'm not sure whether or not they will decide to have a look at that a bit later on, but 30 minutes in at this stage is going to be now Alan Alalatoa once again driving forward at the big forwards of France. No one wants to let each other through. Lockie Swinton getting a carry. Getting driven sideways up to 8 phases now for the Wallabies. Wide ball. It's going over the top of Research though. And it is going to be now going back for the line out to France. We have got 10 more minutes. Let's go, says Ed. And also we have got get off the glue, Marco, says Turbo. The first time I ever watched Rick and Morty, I was on some substances and I could not stop laughing for 6 hours, as well, says Scrum Less. And we have got there, I wouldn't mind getting paid in 420 for the first few hours, as well, says Marco Vanapolavia and Planeteer, I think is the word from Bobby Snake. And hey, Hamish, when are you going to get one of those racing car chairs like those streamers in America, says David. David, I don't know. Do you think that I should get one? I'm considering it, but I don't know how comfortable they actually are. And the thing is, believe it or not, I have one. It's from way back when I bought one ages ago. It wasn't a good decision. It's actually sitting in the lounge over there, but I don't like sitting on it on live stream. It just looks weird as well. Can you explain the deal with South Africa A and whatnot, says Tesla? So pretty much they are getting some more game time leading into the British and Irish Lions games. So pretty much some of those South Africa A sides are the Springbok players, but they are just getting a little bit more of a run round to keep them fresh for that matchup against the British and Irish Lions because of how many extra games that they have been able to play the British and Irish Lions. Now it's going to be James Slipper going forward. Taken off the ball a little bit, Alan Alatoa to credit, and it's been fired back, and it's going to be a little knock on. So now it is going to be the scrum feed to France as well. And we have also got there, do you play any weekend sports? I don't actually. I do want to get down and watch a little bit more local rugby, though. Would be something pretty awesome to do. Hodge not happy with that pass now. It was a shocker. That one from Paisami, unfortunately. And South Africa is A is like Murray, but they're white as well, says Obi Steak. Not sure whether that's the right analogy, but we have got, do you have an Xbox? I do indeed. Do play a bit of Rugby Challenge on the Xbox One, and also a few other games on the Kiwi Lads gaming channel. Shameless plug. The one in the chat, the pinned comment is the link to the gaming channel if you guys do want to check it out. It is Labs Wallabies as well in the chat, and I got to check out. It's comfy. Says Wicked Night. I think I just bought the wrong one. To be fair, it's pretty much just hard, like when you sit on a just nick a bench from the park as well, says Sebastian, and with the other Kiwi Lads, says Briar. No, we don't actually play any weekend sports. George used to play a bit of rugby, same with Isaac and Daniel, but now we pretty much, George goes out on the party on the weekends normally, and we always got, I thought so. They must have a lot of Class Act players, and it wins the next, I'm not too sure, inaugurate, I'm not too sure what that word is, to be fair, unfortunately, but now it's going to be kicked downfield. Tom Banks lining it up, takes it very nicely now. Goes to Research, kicking it in behind. Going for a bit of distance on it, close to the touchline. Was it out on the full? I don't think it was. And it's going to stay in field now. And because of it, no, it did go out on the full. I thought they were going to continue on, but now it's going to be a big mistake from Research there. I have to go to bed at 11, says Briar as well. So that is not too far. That is not too far from now. Who's your mate on sitting next to you? He doesn't talk much. This is Kieran. He's a giant inflatable All Black. We got him from, we won a competition for Weet-Bix that we did get him. He leans a little bit now. I think he is a little bit low on here, but yeah, he doesn't talk a lot, but sometimes he moves by himself. We have noticed, and we have also got in there. I love you. I love your video, says Brandon. Thank you very much, mate. And now it's going to be in the hands Oh, Vincent hard in the tackle by Nazarani. Backline movement opportunity here for France. Little offload. And it's going to be now jumping there. Inside ball to Kuyu, who has had his kneecaps taken out. Needed to pass that ball to Geelong a little bit earlier on, but 5 metres out now. France are going to have an opportunity to score the try. The number 4 driving forward. Advantage as well for offside here for the Wallabies. Or sorry, for France. They are extremely close. Can they score between the sticks or are they going backline movement? They're going out now. It's going to be Jamanir sells the dummy. He's up by Nazarani. Once again, he is being lined up in this game around this side now. It's going to be the man on the number 7 jersey, which is Waki. I'm getting confused at the moment with all of these players all just having the ball in a very short succession. Now it's going to be Geelong's and it's going back for the penalty for the for France. I keep on saying for the Wallabies in the time. Make the game more excited as well, says Delantre. And yeah, at this stage, we are sitting 35 minutes in this game. And we have let's go overpay money to watch George play rugby. I think he may have been decent. I'm not too sure. I know that he ended up with an injured collarbone or something along those lines because of the fact that we have a few old videos that are on private on the channel where we were playing a bit of rugby league, Live 3, I think it was. And he had the sling on and we always got there. In the chat log here and say something as well, says Aniva. And also we have got some Lions who have been in camp for weeks, lost to a side that was strung together in like a week. Embarrassing as well, says David Dale. We're going to have to wait and see for those test matches. I feel like it could go either way. I think my prediction for those test matches is it's going to be 2-1, but I'm not sure who's going to have the 2 at this stage. I think both sides are going to win. George getting boomfed by Isaac would be an awesome sight as well, says Marco Vinopola Bear. And we have got Kieran movies when he feels like it Kieran moves when he feels like it. Keep watching. He will start moving around soon, buddy, as well, says Tesla. I'm not sure whether he will. He might be tired out at this stage, but at this stage, France are extremely close to the line of the Wallabies. Do you want me to do my work as well, says Brendan? I thought you had your bid at 11, if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong there, though. But now it is going to be the quick tap for France. They are going to be playing this one aggressively by the looks of it, which is exactly what we love to see in a match that is being played in the Southern Hemisphere. Taking quickly, number 3 driving. He's over the line, is he? He's extremely close. The ball's rolled out, though. Now it's going to be Walkie. Looks like he's going to be passing it. No, he goes over the top and he scores the try. Cameron Walkie has been able to score it, and now France are going to take the lead back in this match. They're going to add all of the points. They are going to get the full 7 because of the fact that he will be able to convert this one. But yeah, Cameron Walkie able to score the try. Cameron Walkie was able to score it in the 36th minute. And at this stage, France have taken the lead back. We saw in that last match, there were a lot of changes in the lead throughout that one. And now it looks like it could be a little bit the same in this one as well. But it was Walkie going over the top, able to reach down, put the ball down. And France have taken it now. Do you like the New Zealand Warriors? If you do as well, or if you do be Reece Walsh as well, says Briar. I do enjoy watching the Warriors, although I haven't actually had much of a chance to watch them this year, unfortunately, due to how much rugby I have been watching. Told you it's 4 tries in the first half. Ed, you called it well and truly, mate. And I feel like now I want to get your prediction of how many tries there's going to be in the second half, because you might be able to nail that one as well. Nice finish as well, says Wicked Knight. It was very impressive, just straight over the top. He's got long arms, Wookie, and boom, just slaps the ball down on the chalk. And because of that, it does mean now that France have taken the lead back once again. Nice finish. And we have what's got. I think Hamish is a Roosters fan, if I'm not mistaken. I do enjoy watching James Tedesco. I feel like he's one of my favourite players, which is why I do enjoy watching the Roosters as well. And we have what's got there. Below me, now we have George running the wrong way. He's had a few too many head knocks as of late, says Marco Vinopola as well. And we have also, tell you what, the chat is going quick at the moment. Do appreciate you all being here. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 3,500 subscribers. We are getting close. So please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, at this stage, France, it's sitting very even in terms of the votes. I like watching it as it slowly moves. Wallabies sitting at 51% at this stage by the looks of it. And also we are sitting on 41 likes. So thank you all very much for that as well. Let's try and push towards 50 by the time we get to halftime. We have got Avena has said, go Olas Viva la France as well. Hey, bro. I played Halo when Xbox first came out. Other games were Brute Force and other Star Wars games. I really enjoyed, as a kid, I absolutely loved the Lego Star Wars games. Like, do you guys remember Video Easy if you are in New Zealand? Or I guess it's called Movie Mac. No, it's called something else in other countries. But pretty much it is an awesome store that you're pretty much used to go and rent out like DVDs and videos and whatnot. So I used to get Lego Star Wars all the time on the PlayStation 2. That's a beautiful run there from Mikatel. Off the back of that line out, going to be McDermott. Gives it to Naisarani. They are just outside of the 22 here. The Wallabies trying to strike back straight away. At this stage, a minute and a half left. Oh, that's a big hit on Tom Banks, driven backwards in that tackle now for the Wallabies. Going short side. Swinton going to run hard with the ball every day of the week, that is for sure. McDermott now goes inside ball to Darcy Swain. Set play. Oh, it's going to be in the hands of Vincent, is it? No. It is a little knock on. And I think there's a knock on from France, but now they're going to be away with a try opportunity. Yamanier puts it in behind Teddy Thomas. He's going to be taking this ball, and you've got to go back. It's going to be a try for Teddy Thomas. We're going to check the knock on, though. I feel like that was a knock on. Your video easy. United video as well. Says it wicked night, and we have got I've been here for 3 months as well, and 7.5. Good boy for liking Teddy. Teddy Thomas, he had plenty of pace. I think there was a knock on from Vincent, though. If I'm not wrong, yes, I do. I love it as well. Says Flower, and we always got Video Easy was the goat of my childhood. Yeah, always got the popcorn and all sorts from there as well. I think this was a knock on. If I'm not wrong, Darcy Swain here puts it forward, hits the hands, and then the fingertip. I think that is going to be no try to Teddy Thomas. I think he had just enough contact with the ball there to be able to have it as a knock on. It's right at the end. It's those fingertips there that ends up being a knock on, I believe. They need a different angle, though. Well, says Wicked Knight as well. And we have got in there, good boy for liking Teddy. As well says Briar. And Blockbuster. Blockbuster is another good one. Right, what are we going to get to see here? Is it going to be a knock on? It's a knock on to France. No try for that one from the knock on from, it was in the end Vincent. And it did save a try for the Warriors. Sorry, not for the Warriors, for France. We have got, I think it's a try. Says it Wicked Knight. They have disallowed it. And now it means that the Wallabies will have an opportunity just outside of the 22 of France at the end of this one. But Vincent, he was able to get a little bit of a hand to it. And then it's that last little moment where he does get that fingertip as well. And we have got Torte, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, has also got, Tortu, maybe if I'm not wrong. It's got a few emojis in the chat as well. Did you see Shortland Street? I did not. I haven't actually watched Shortland Street since probably when my sister used to watch it and I'd be in the same room. I don't think other than that, I haven't actually watched it. And we have got Star Wars Battlefront main game. It is indeed. That's the thing. The gaming channel on the Kiwi Lads Gaming, we haven't actually played that many games, but I feel like I want to play all of those classic games as well, like the likes of the Battlefronts and, the old CODs as well would be pretty cool. And Rugby 08 is another one that I'm looking forward to, but I think that may be on the main channel as well. We have got, and the Rico had a field day over Teddy, as well as Smithy Dollar. We have got, Tedesco. Says a bribe, but now it's going to be a quick scrum reset at the end of this first half. 1 minute left to see whether or not this is going to be a try to the Wallabies. I call him Teddy. As well says Briar. Oh, for Teddy as in Tedesco. Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about Teddy Thomas. I wasn't wrong. And it's video easy, something like Blockbuster video, like we have /had in the USA, where you run and hope and pray that the video game you wanted was rented or wasn't rented already. Yeah, pretty much. Since we were from a small town, like it was always a risk that someone may already have it. But Friday night used to be you get the weekend pass so that you can play it for a couple of days, return it on a Sunday, and also get a few lollies and popcorn alongside it. Pretty awesome indeed. Nick Berry is being held by security just outside of the stadium. You can't officiate this one, mate. So says Sebastian. He will be lurking when he does love playing, or I guess he does love playing at Suncorp Stadium since he is a ex-Reds player, but now it's going to be inside of the 22 once again for the Wallabies. McDermott goes back to Salakai Lotto, driving forward now. McDermott now a little offload to James Slipper. They are getting closer and closer here, the Wallabies. We're after 40 minutes, so any mistake will lead to it being halftime. If they win a penalty here, France, it will also be halftime. Going to be going back. Darcy Swain running hard with the ball in hand. And at this stage, 15 metres out now, McDermott goes back across Lockie Swinton, running straight at Cameron Walkie, who has been able to take him down tough of Anua, trying to contest, not able to. Naisarani now getting driven sideways. They have had good face play throughout this half here. The Wallabies straight on the ball, though. It's going to be the number 4, not able to get it, though. Michael Hooper, he's going to offload it to Swinton now. And at this stage, the Wallabies just phase after phase. Michael Hooper bursting up the middle, linking up with McDermott, only a metre short of the line. And at this stage, who wants it? They've got the advantage as well. Michael Hooper gives it to Lockie Swinton. Meters, inches from the line now. Lockie Swinton, who wants it? Take McDermott. Looks like they're going to use a back one. I'm getting my edit. It's going to be Noel Alessio. Wide ball out to Research. He's dropped the ball. And now they are going to be going back for the penalty. I think they'll quick tap this, if I'm not wrong. Or do they take the 3 to go back to an even playing field? They may actually take the 3. It is an easy 3 from only about 5 meters out here. No, not so as well. And we have got a high fave YouTuber again, says David, welcome back, mate. And Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, one of the two. Revolutionary as well, says David Daya. See, that's the thing. I really like playing like old games. Like I feel like we used to have a game on PlayStation 2, which was a Terminator one. And it used to be an awesome one to play. But unfortunately, I think the disc is too scratched to be able to play it, and we only have one controller. But maybe that is one that I'd like to play again in the future. Lucky Swinton so close to the line, but then from there, wide ball out to Reece Hodge, but then he did put it down. Told you 4 tries in the first half. So Ed Fogel, if they do take the 3, you will be 100% correct. Yes, they are taking the 3. Ed, I'm asking you, can you get 2 from 2? How many tries in the second half? Do let me know. But Noel Alicia going to be kicking this one, and this one should be going straight down the middle for him from only about 10 meters out, I believe he will be. But Noel Alicia here. Good opportunity, and we're going to be going into halftime. 20 points to 20. Who would have predicted? We knew it was going to be a close game. We knew that there were going to be a whole heap of interesting moments in this match. And we have already had the red card of Marika Koromperi as well, which was unfortunate for him. I went to the AB's game tonight. As well, says David, how many were in attendance? And also, was it raining? Because of the fact that at this stage of the Manu Samoa and Tonga game, it was raining. Unfortunately, can you still live stream some Sunday footy in the NRL, says Brian? I think if we were going to, I think I would do it on the second channel, because I have seen that unfortunately, some of the live streams for the NRL, like State of Origin, they end up taking down streams even if they don't show the footage. So I wouldn't want to risk getting a copyright strike in that regard. So I think I would do it on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel that we have got as a little bit of a backup. We have got Azanaka has said, my energy, mate, that you can talk for more than an hour on stuff. I love it as well. Yeah, I think it ends up, it's interesting. The later we go on these live streams, the more random the commentary is. And I think you guys kind of have worked that out from the British and Irish Lions live streams in the middle of the night. They get weird, but not really too weird as well. I just keep on talking. But yeah, I absolutely love doing this with you guys in the chat as well. It makes it so much better, and it just makes the time fly by as well. We haven't got Play Rugby 08 on PS2. Best rugby game in my opinion. Yeah, they still need to try and top that game because of the fact that, yeah, it still holds up as one of the best, if not the best, rugby game that has been come out as well. And we have got both rate teams, both teams' performance in the first half and best try of the game. I think that best try would probably go to the Michael Hooper break that they had because of the fact that it was just an awesome try for Tate McDermott. Interception from Noel Alicio wasn't too bad, but then there was also the last try. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was Cameron Walkie. His was decent, but over the top. So I would say that first try of Tate McDermott, those after hours chats as well, says Scrumless. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys who do end up either who are in a different time zone or who do stay up late, you end up kind of getting that different kind of chat, I guess you could say. But yeah, it is normally a great time as well. And we have, for that rating the performances, I'd say the Wallabies, I'm going to give the Wallabies a 7 because of the fact that they have had to fight hard with the fact that they've been a man down with Marika Koromperi off the field with a red card extremely early in this match. They lost Algunu out on the other wing due to injury. So I'll give them a 7. So I feel like that's one of those ones that, 7 for them. In France, I would say they're probably, even though they've had hardly any possession, hardly any territory, they are still sitting on 20 points. So I'll give them a 6 as well. It's just those few lineouts that we're letting them down a little bit. And we have also we have got Ronaldo and the Jet. Marco needs a comedy gig. He does indeed. Outstanding player from both teams' performance, says Ed. Or have a quick think about it. What was the score between the ABs and Fiji? It was 60 to the All Blacks and 13 to Fiji at full time. 3 tries for Sever Reece, 2 for Samasoni Tokiaho as well on debut. South Africa A game is on now. I do see that it is about to kick off. And unfortunately here in New Zealand, they have decided that they're not going to be showing the game on TV, which does suck a little bit. But hopefully I will be able to keep up to date in terms of what the score is in that match. And yeah, hopefully it is a good match as well. But yeah, we will have to wait and see how that match does end up going. And we have got outstanding, I read that one, but outstanding player for me, I would say Tate McDermott has had a huge impact in this first half for the Wallabies. His decision-making has been on point. And then for France, I would say Cameron Walkie's been pretty solid overall, but then also in the back line, Jamini is not too bad either. I think it's out of those two possibly, and we have got underrated Aussie player in the first half. I think underrated probably would go Underrated. It's a hard one. Underrated. I feel like I rate every player, which is probably my downfall. But I would say someone like maybe Hunter Paisami. He's been running hard with the ball in hand. Has been making a few good tackles as well. And I've also got Wallabies France. Reminds me of the Rainbow Cup South Africa in terms of the close contest. Yeah, that's the thing. With the Rainbow Cup South Africa, every single game was always close. And it was strange how similar they were in that regard, which was why it was so entertaining to watch as well. We have got France must take the advantage of 15 versus 14 players on the second half. Go France, says Coach I. And also we have got, I like playing Zinzans on Xbox Original, says Brian. Also we have got Rugby Challenge, says Dale. So hopefully you are enjoying it. I had to go to my sister's concert and I kept farting, says Morgate. That's an interesting factor. We have got both teams need to improve on in the second half. I would say France, they need to improve on their lineouts because Darcy Swain has been all over them in that regard. And then for the Wallabies, that was a huge dive from Tate McDermott. He well and truly over-exaggerated that one, almost ended up in a scorpion position. But I would say in terms of the Wallabies, it's probably still handling errors or decision-making in that back line. I think I'm going to go with, we saw Reece Hodge trying to receive that wide ball. It was nowhere near him. So it's one of those ones that I think that is going to be what they need to improve on. We have also got there, you're streaming the Stormers versus Lions. I am going to be indeed. And also the game between Argentina and Wales should be another exciting contest. But we will look at some stats from that first half as well. First half as well is what I was trying to say. 61% for the possession of the Wallabies, 64% territory, 2 tries apiece, 2 conversions apiece, 2 penalties apiece. Gee, is a close one, that is for sure. 161 metres carried for the Wallabies compared to the 154. We're only talking a difference of 7 metres here. Defenders beaten, 6 defenders beaten by France compared to the 2 of the Wallabies. That is impressive. Clean breaks 3-1 for the Wallabies as well. 97% tackling completion for France. They have only missed 2 tackles so far of the 65 that they have attempted. The Wallabies, they have missed 6 with 83% of their tackling. Native English in Brazil, go France as well. And yeah, hopefully we do get to see a good second half performance from them. But line out at this stage, only a total of 67% they have been able to win. And scrums are actually 50-50 for France as well. So the set piece is what is letting them down a little bit. Their tackling's going strong. Their defense hasn't been too bad overall. The penalties, they haven't actually given away as many as they normally do, France, which is relatively impressive. So it's going to be interesting to see how the second half goes. We have also got there, France have not taken the advantage of the numbers they have here. They've got the extra man out there. Marika Koromberi, arguably the best player for the Wallabies in that last match that they did play. So it is interesting that they haven't actually been able to get too many extra points than how many the Wallabies have got. I think the Koromberi tackle was penalty only, no card, says Johan. At most, and this is at absolute most, I feel like yellow card, but that's like at the most, because at the end of the day, Geelong was ducking down. So I feel like it's one of those ones with him going down, like a tackle that you're going to be hitting them here. My hand is hard to see. But a tackle that you're going to be hitting them there, when you end up ducking down and it hits you here, it's just one of those ones. It's pretty unfortunate for Cotton Betty because you know that he was going to play an aggressive game of rugby and it was probably going to work out for him. As I watch your name, my name is Hamish, which is probably a bit of an interesting name, depending on what country you are from. I know that normally America, I don't think there's too many Hamishes lurking around. We have also got in there my friend's spewing outside on an amateur as well. Says OB Snake, and also good night, see you tomorrow. Or might see you tomorrow. We will see you later, mate. And also not allowed to eat upstairs. Opens, draws these chips, eats under bed as well, says more cake. And we have got Stan Sport and Sonny Bill Williams on halftime. Joe talking about red cards. That's an interesting one, of course. I mean, if you want to have a player who's very experienced in that regard, he would be the one to go to. Sonny Bill Williams would know, poor guy. As I said, scrumless. He didn't use a lot of the arms on the tackle, says Ian Curtis. I think that is his downfall as well, which is probably what made it from a yellow to a red, because of the fact that that arm that did end up, he kind of connected, but the other arm didn't really. I've realized I'm doing all of these motions down here, and you guys can't actually see my hands. But yeah, he kind of ended up, we have also got there. He usually is as well, says more cake, and we have also got there. He fell in it. Well, that's not ideal. He's going to need a bit of a clean up there. And yeah, it's funny as well says Wickenite. And who's going to score the next try? It's going to be interesting. Who is going to be able to get it? That's a big question. I'm going to say it is going to be Michael Hooper. He scored in every other match. John Doe has said more Southern Hemisphere whinging. It's an interesting one because of the fact I feel like the Australian commentators, they from the start were saying that it wasn't going to be a yellow or it wasn't going to be a red card. So it was Ben O'Keefe in the end, Southern Hemisphere ref as well. So we can't really complain too much about that regard. And we have got there, damn Southern Hemisphere wingers or whingers as well, says Marco Vodopolovic, and oh, the irony as well, says Scrumless. About 4, who is going to score the next try? I'm going Michael Hooper. Babe, get the host, says Obi Snake. Yeah, I am excited to see what's going to happen in the second half. Theoretically, France should win this match. They have got the man advantage, and they have also been making most of their tackles. So they need to make sure that they put on a performance here, because at this stage, they're going into a match. It's almost like a new match here. And it is going to be now them with 14 men, or them with 15 men, sorry. And it is going to be, it's going to be in the situation of Australia with 14. But then that's the thing. Argentina, in that match, they had 14 men, and Wales couldn't beat them. They only drew with them, and it was 20-20, which is the score in this one as well. So maybe it is going to be the case of one side will be able to power forward and the other side might end up getting left behind. But it doesn't seem like either of those sides want it to be them. That is for sure. We have got also in the chat, I have a game tomorrow against East Tigers, 10:20 a.m. big match. Lose to go to second as well as second, stay in first as well. We have got there, come on Wallabies. That's the Sparta. This is Sparta, says Grumless. And hey, Hamish, I was at an All Black Wallaby game a few years back, and some idiot threw a bottle of South African ref, or threw a bottle at South African ref Jonathan Kaplan. Hopefully that doesn't happen tonight as well. And we always got when red cards come your way, it's just fine as well, says John Doe. It definitely means that you can build up that kind of, it's a weird one, because most teams, they do train with 14 men out on the field at times, because you are prepared for the situation. The rule book is the rule book. If you direct contact to the head, you are going bye-bye. So you've got to make sure that you know how to defend with 14, how to play with 14. And so far, the Wallabies, they haven't done too bad in that regard. France have had some good attacking moves, but the Wallabies overall, couple of those defensive plays, if they end up with another yellow card, they will be in trouble. And we have also got there, Aussies need Hezbollah as well. He has become an overnight sensation, isn't he? That fella from Russia. We have got Lowell that was in Sky and Australia, or was it in New Zealand or Australia? As well, says Marco Vonapolovic, and hope your sister's not going to be there farting as well, says Wicked Night. And that was 2 more K. But we will quickly check in terms of the poll. At this stage, we've had over 200 votes, and it seems like it's still going to be extremely close to 50-50, but it is going to be just in the favour of the Wallabies to win this one. 51% has said that they will be able to win it. Our Swinton comeback performance, he's been decent, although it's one of those weird ones. He had such a big amount of physicality early on in the match, but then it's kind of ended up disappearing later on in that first half. But I feel like in the second half, he's going to bring out loose forward trios throughout this game are going to be one of those ones that, yeah, it's going to be exciting. Are you allowed to show the red card to the Bulls player as well? For serious questions, says Sebastian. Red card to the Bulls player. Are you allowed to show the red card to a Bulls player? Is that as in like in the South African competition? Because I know at the moment those two sides are playing, South Africa A and also the Bulls. It is 0-0 at this stage, I believe. I'm not sure whether or not that has updated, though. I assume the match would be underway at this stage, if I'm not wrong. And we always got, no, you're wrong, as well as there's more cake and chicken crimpy shapes aren't as good as the ham and cheese or the goat shape as well. And we always got, do you know what chicken crimpy shapes are? I remember we used to have the chicken drumsticks ones here, and they were very nice. And we have also got there in the chat, chicken crimpy are the best. Do you watch WWE? Says David, I have in the past. I haven't had much of a chance recently. Same with USC. Those are two sports. Well, I guess sport and, those are two kind of things that I normally follow. But I haven't really had too much of a chance. I always end up watching the Royal Rumble, though. I feel like that's one event. And also Survivor Series, WrestleMania. I feel like those are my 3 that I end up going back and having a wee gaze at when they are on. But, yeah, overall, haven't been able to watch it as much as I probably would like to. It's like Netflix. I have a Netflix account. I haven't been able to watch a full series of Netflix in about 11 months since starting the channel. I just seem to not really find the time. Like, I find when I'm editing, I enjoy listening to kind of like some light music or something. I can't really concentrate on both of them at once kind of thing. We always got at the cake tin, bro. That was when John Earls kicked the penalty kick over to win. So, yeah, hopefully Ben O'Keefe doesn't get too much hate for this one. But, of course, it was a big moment in the game. It will be definitely dependent on whether or not the Wallabies win it. AEW is better, says Carl. And also, are you going to watch Wales versus Argentina? I am indeed, and I am going to be doing a watch-along live stream for it as well. Who's your favourite WWE wrestler, says David. I feel like one that I always go back to is probably just Randy Orton, because of the fact he's been around for so long, and who doesn't love an RKO out of nowhere? I got moved from wing to fullback, or to wing from fullback, says Morkay. So you must have plenty of pace, I would assume, in that regard if they are chucking you out on the wing. I remember playing wing for a season, touching the ball twice, because we had a number 10 and a number 9 who just didn't like passing the ball. They were like, we are going to be the stars of this side, which means that this backline, not necessary. Mine's Roman Reigns. So I says, David, and I watch Adesanya. Yeah, I got to watch his fights. And it's one of those ones that, I mean, putting Kiwis on the map in terms of the UFC. Yes, he is originally Nigerian, I believe, but he is fighting for New Zealand. It is pretty awesome. Sasha Banks as well, says Scrum Lass, the boss indeed. And we have got Susan Boyle, best WWE wrestler, says Johan. I mean, I feel like, what is Susan Boyle up to nowadays? I know she won the singing one a while ago, but what does she actually do now? Out of curiosity, I also watched Sasha Banks, says Marco Votopolo. I'm worried about what the next message is going to be. But we have also got, well, what a game to attend, David 23. Throwing things at the rest sounds like a before smartphones thing to do. Becky Lynch is second best as well. And Edge, says David, of course, returning for the Royal Rumble a year and a half ago or so. That was a pretty awesome one. Have your stream while playing, or have your stream playing while barbecue some chop and Bo Real was. I'm not too sure about what that is, but I assume that is something along the lines of having a barbecue, but I'll probably just end up eating chips after this live stream. I like John Cena, even though he doesn't play anymore, says Shayla. Yeah, he is one who has been around for a long time. He seems to have either people love him or people hate him, but it's one of those ones that people still seem to respect him for the amount of stuff that he has done. And he's in a lot of movies as well now. Hey, I watched the new Space Jam today. So as well, that's got old LeBron James in it, doesn't it? If I'm not wrong, but that has been kicked off here. And the second half is going to be underway. It's going to be taken by Nolicio. And now I am going to be putting this one back up on the field so that we have got halftime. There we go. We are good to go for the second half between these two sides. It's going to be an exciting one. I will show the benches once again. The players who you cannot see are number 22, Matt Tamua, and Reece Hodges already out on the field for the Wallabies. Then it is going to be Bouthier and also Herito for France. I said that in a very weird voice, but I wasn't sure how to pronounce it, so you just try and sound like you know what you're doing. Does Fiji, I saw something earlier on, does Fiji have any more games left this year? I think they are going to be playing Wales in November, which is going to be awesome. That's gone over the top. Walkie with the inside ball now to Kuyu. There is a big hit from Alan Alatoa. They are dropping him hard there. Kuyu now, it's going to be off the back. Geelong trying to break the line, but it's going to be Salakai Lotto dragging him down. This is fast-paced rugby from the French here. Michael Hooper's going to be in trouble because he didn't roll away, but it is back in the hands. And because of that, it probably did save a penalty. Now it's going to be. And there's a Geelong, gives it to the number 3. And they are slowly trying to drive forward at this stage. One of the French players doesn't look too flash. 25 metres out now. And Taufafanua's got that ball in and getting driven backwards. And that is a great tackle from Poyanga Mosa, almost on the ball there with the Wallabies. Trying to rush up around the side now. Kuyu once again going to be passing it off Barlaw now with another carry. It's going to be Michael Hooper making the tackle on him. The man who I said was going to score the first try of the second half, so we will have to wait and see. Going back now, it's going to be a drop kick. It's going to be Jamin there, and he has missed it for France. I did actually mention before the live stream, I said, are there going to be any drop goal attempts in this match? And it wasn't actually for a penalty advantage like I thought it would be. We've all got John Cena as the national treasure. He is indeed. And I've got 6 WWE games. Says David, I remember SmackDown versus Raw 2008. General Manager mode was just the best mode out there as well. And we have also got their South African sausage as well, says Carl. And we have got Props a Global Treasure now and Finn Balor in the chat. Jeff Hardy, come on Wallabies, says Eden. It has been kicked off there for the 22 dropout. Almost taken by Reece. Little knock on from him though. So I believe it will be an advantage to France. Or not. They haven't got the advantage at this stage now. It's going to be Kuyu going across field. Fired back now. It's going to be, and there's a Jaminia piercing the gap. A great tackle there from Poyanga Mosa had to be made, or else it was going to be danger indeed. Now it's going to be in the hands of the number 10 forward pass out to Pinot. And once again, Damien Pinot, we just don't really get to see him too much in this one, unfortunately, which seems weird. I feel like it's one of those ones that he is a very talented player out on the wing, but he just hasn't really had a chance. The Fiend Bray Wyatt as well, droppy, and I really want the Aussies to win to help heal their wounds from the Super Rugby hammering as well, says CMC. And we have got been great week of sport. McGregor Breaker League. England lost. AB's win. Aussie keep trying as well, says AB Snake. And also we have got All Blacks versus CEG's video has been uploaded. If anyone missed the game, yeah, that will be on the All Blacks YouTube channel, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And highlights of this game after the match is finished, I think you can find them on Full Force Rugby. Will be the option there. Agreed. 2K stuff, wrestling games as well. Yes, SmackDown versus Raw, I feel, will still be the best for a long time. Wallabies for the win as well, says Max. But at this stage of pack weights, they got an extra 20 kgs here for the Wallabies in this one now. Tate McDermott going to be putting this ball in. There's going to be a double blow on the whistle, going to be a scrum reset here between these two sides. I'm excited to see who is going to be able to get the win in this one. It's a very close matchup between them. Come on, my sweet feral precious Manic Wallabies as well. And we have got their native English Brazil go France, freshen up the Wallabies for a All Black demolition. I haven't actually heard anyone call them the Wallabies, but I feel like that is actually quite a smart name that I feel like I should have heard before now. It's 11:18 at the moment, says David. It is indeed here in New Zealand. It's going to be a late night. The last game that we are going to be covering is going to be at 4 a.m. New Zealand time. That's going to be the Stormers taking on the British and Irish Lions. We have also hit 55 likes, so thank you all very much for that. The Wallabies, 52% of you have said that they will be winning this match. We will have to wait and see, though. And now 44 minutes gone in this one, 20-20. It's a good push from the Wallabies here. Now it's going to be McDermott. Goes back to Lulisco inside of their own 22 points. Sami puts it on the boot. Big kick downfield. Going to be taken nicely, though, by Jamanier. He has been phenomenal in this match so far, and he is going to do it once again. A little offload to Tene Thomas. And that is almost a knock-on, but well covered by Kuyu. Now running sideways. All the number 10 out in that tackle. I've forgotten his name once again. It is Antoine Hastoy, and it's going to be a penalty to the Wallabies now. And it was Lockie Swinton and Michael Hooper working together there. And Michael Hooper, if there's ever a time to have a captain's performance, it is in this game. Dave Rennie looks as happy as all Kiwi coaches as well. Says a wicked night. And yeah, he will be hoping that they can get the win. But Lockie Swinton with a big hit, and then Michael Hooper straight in that breakdown. One thing that he is absolutely phenomenal at, and now it means that it is going to be the penalty to the Wallabies. Do they take on the 3 points? They're going to be about 40-something meters out. Probably kickable, but you want to make sure that you don't blow the chance. Kick in for the corner, Tom Banks. The Wallabies, they have decided this is our time to play aggressively, and we will have to wait and see whether or not it will pay off for them. I've said wait and see about 50 times in this one at this stage, and oi, says David, and we have got Michael from scrumless, and at this stage, the time of the match is 45 minutes gone. 2 tries apiece so far. Visits to the opposition 22. Aussie have had an extra 1.5 minutes inside of the 22 of France, and this will be adding to it as well. Remember, Kiwi WWF, restless of Bushwickers, I do indeed. David, I actually ended up, that one is going to be in the hands of Naisarani. I'll come back to that in a short moment. But now it is going to be in the hands of Paianga Mosa, trying to drive forward for the rolling Moellen Alatoa, trying to get it going. France defending well at this stage. And Talfa Fanua trying to get through there, not quite able to. And at this stage, that was Swain. Oh, it's going to be. And then it's a Cameron Walkie. And that's going to be a penalty for him. No, it's going to be a scrum. I feel like they would have preferred the penalty there for Cameron Walkie Bushwickers. Loose Kiwi as well, says Marco Vanapolovi. But that's the thing. It's weird. When I have ever watched WWE, like in recent time, like the only time I got to watch was a few months ago, and I actually watched it from the start of Raw. And of course, the Bushwhackers, they were lurking around there. And I don't know why. I decided I'd start from the start, but that would take me like years to be able to get up to the newest episodes. And then in the end, I just ended up getting too busy with the editing and haven't had a chance to watch it again. And we have got from Ray Mantis as well. Let's go Wallabies, says Smithy Toilet. And at this stage now, Daniela Tupou, the big man, making his way out onto the field. They are fired up for him. He is an impact player. And at Suncorp Stadium, it doesn't get much better than that. The crowd are erupting at the moment. They want to see him put in a shift here for the boys. And it's also going to be Angus Bell making his way out. Those are 2 huge individuals to bring onto the field. Angus Bell, he runs like he's a back. Got the pace of a back. He's got the strength of a forward. He is an exciting young prospect for the Wallabies. I still do Bushwhackers entrance walk. As well says, I'll be saying swing those arms. Lots of injuries from South Africa team, says Carl Peterson, and Bumba can't hide from Daniela now to 3 tries in the second half, says Ed, for his prediction. He was right in the first half. Maybe he will be right in the second as well. We will have to wait and see. At this stage, looking at that South Africa versus Bulls game, it is 7-0 to South Africa so far. For anyone who is curious about that matchup, and at this stage, I am just trying to see if I can find out who scored the tries. It was Apalele Fassi. He's a talented player, Apalele Fassi, and he was able to get that try. But now it is going to be the scrum for the French side. It's going to be Kuyu going short side now. Tate McDermott holding off now. He's going to be trying to get Teddy Thomas. Little chip of orange. That is brilliantly done from Teddy Thomas inside border Kuyu. One more. This is brilliant. And from France, and it's going to be the man in the number 13 jersey. And he scores a try for France. That is the best try of the match so far. What a try that was. I almost said far correctly. I said France, I think. But that is going to be now the try to France. What a try as well, indeed. They had a beautiful backline. It was Pierre Louis, I think it is. I will quickly write it down. And then Baresi is the last name. and he was able to score it. It was a brilliant try from France, and now they will once again try and build that lead up. That one we are adding to the scoreboard. France sitting on 25. With a kick to come, it will be 27 because this one should be easy enough, and we will add that to the scoreboard. Very well done, says Wicked Knight as well. Come on, ooh la la, vive la France as well, says Neva. And also we have got try time. Why have I never heard of the Bushwhackers? Looking like I'll be doing a deep Google dive or Google deep dive today. Pretty much they are WWE or WWF, I guess you could say. Pretty much the Kiwis that we did have over there. WWF Pro as well, says Obi Snake. And also we have got there France try. Let's go Wallabies, says Ed Bogo. And also come on Aussie, says Marco. It is going to be the kick here for Jamanier. Still sitting 100%. The big question is, he has been 100% throughout this whole competition, throughout these whole test matches. If it comes down to a final kick, will we expect the same consistency, or could it be the pressure that breaks Jamanier? Although he doesn't seem like he actually feels any pressure because he is just going phenomenally, Jamanier, throughout this one. But I will mention anyone who hasn't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 3,500 subscribers. I've messed up the plug again. We are extremely close. So if you do want to help us out, please do. Also, be sure to check out the pinned comment. It is the Kiwi Lads Gaming channel. If you love yourself a bit of gaming, and also the podcast link that we did about World Rugby and the rankings and everything that happened in the week of rugby. But now it is going to be just inside of the 22. Now France, they did take it back though, so they will not be allowed to kick this out on the full, I don't believe. But Kuyu now looks like he is going to be rolling this one out. Australia, oi, 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 as well from Obi Snake. Kuyu fires it back, and it is now going to be another backline opportunity here for France. Looking dangerous, going almost on the inside, but Vincent takes contact himself straight on the ball, and that's going to be a penalty to the Wallabies, or is it? It is going to be, but I'm not sure whether or not Naisarani, actually released in that one. But by Sami getting straight over the ball, we have also got there. Come on, Wallabies. And second half is more tense. Come on, Aussies as well. Yeah, as the clock keeps on like slowly creeping down to getting to 80 minutes, it is when the pressure is really on. Oh, actually, I think he did release there. Naisarani, very nicely done. Almost got a DDT from Teddy Thomas as well. But they were able to get that one. What's time left as well, said Marco Fotopolovia. At this stage, we have got 50. No, that's a lie. We've had 50 minutes gone. We have got a total of only 30 minutes left in this match. And it is Mathieu Jalibert as well, says Marco Fotopolovia. And yes, Australia, oi, oi, oi. In the chat, everyone is going for the Wallabies, it seems, in the chat. Although we have got a few people back in France as well. Nice. Says Ray Mantis earlier on, and France try, said Ed Vogel. Is it going to be a Wallabies try here? That's a big question for them. Can they build up a bit more pressure? Because that's the thing, the Wallabies, they still have 14 men out on the field. That is not changing anytime soon. Marika Korompeti getting the red card in the 4th minute. That's going to be a little set play. It's beautifully done. And Boyanga Mosu drops the head. He is only inches from the line now. And the Wallabies, they are back on attack. It's going into the hands of Daniela Tupou. He is close as well. But the ball is going to be coming back. It's an advantage to the Wallabies as well. I think Michael Hooper will be lining this one up. He passes it. No, he doesn't. He sells the dummy. And in the end now, the Wallabies are still very close to this line. They've got men who are looking to line it up. It looks like Lockie Swinton's on one leg. He's going to Angus Bell, getting driven sideways there. Taniela Tupou, awkward fall for him, or almost an awkward fall. That man doesn't really fall over too often. And now it's another advantage for offside, driving forward close to the line. But I think they are just going to be short now. The ball has popped out the back. He's looking for the ball there, Ben O'Keefe. Salakai Lotto, who does he give it to? Angus Bell. It's gone through the hands of Daniela Tupou, but Angus Bell, he has been stopped an inch short of the line once again. Can they get over the line? Daniela Tupou driving. That has got to be down for Daniela Tupou. Blow the whistle, ref. It is a try. Tupou try, as I said, Ed Vogel. How much time left? We have still got 30 minutes left of this match. That is between the posts as well. Daniela Tupou, the super sub in this match. Daniela Tupou, we will write that down. He is brilliant off the mark, like they are saying. He's got the pace of a back at times, Daniela Tupou. And because of it, it was the bounce pass. Angus Bell close to the line. Looked like he was going to be able to get over. Not quite able to. Is this match going to be going right down to the wire once again? It seems like it at the moment. It's just back and forth between these two sides. No one wants to take the backward step as well. Tongan Thor as well in the chat from Ed Vogel. Kids have taken over the TV in the lounge. I'm back on the lappy in my kitchen. 30 minutes to go as well. And Hammer Hooper and come on France. So the Wallabies can up the tempo. Come on, Bleds Games to make it more of a competition for the ABs as well. And we have got in the chat 135 kgs, 5'8" cannibal. Wow, that's a mad. Oh, what a man, says Marco Fotopolovia. Edge, are you ahead of us as well. I think he is by just a little bit, by maybe around 20 or 30 seconds. So he will be seeing it just before us. So not too many spoilers yet into the chat, although in these final moments could end up, we might find it out from the chat first. We have got the score will be 33-30 Wallabies if we get to 80 likes as well. It says Wicked Night. Let's see if we can do it. What are we sitting on at the moment? I am having a look. We are sitting on 59 likes. So we are getting out there. And at this stage, the poll, 262 votes, completely 50-50 split in this one. No one can pick a winner. But that is now going to be the Wallabies with the ball just outside of their own 22. Naisarani trying to drive forward, almost becoming a rolling ball. It's getting very hot in here. Is the door closed? Yes, it is. I'm cooking like it's a sauna in here at the moment. We got the fire roaring, feeling the heat. But now it is going to be McDermott who is going to be firing this ball back into the hands of, no, he decides to go to Angus Bell, just trying to hit that ball up a little bit more straight. And there was one of the French players, though, and it's going to be the penalty to France for not releasing. And now because of it, they may take the 3 and get back into the lead. You are ahead as well, says Obi Snake, the Wonder Boy as well, says Ray Mantis. And I have come just now. What's the time? Is it first or second half? We are in the second half, and we are sitting at 53 minutes gone in this match so far. And we have also got in the Ric Flair noises, woo, as well. That's it, Wallabies, says Gillian. Tell you what, she's going to be a close finish in this one, that is for sure. My voice probably won't be able to finish this match, and we've got 2 more live streams after this one, which is going to be just as exciting as these games. Hopefully, the Wales versus Argentina one is going to be extremely close. For anyone wondering, it is 7-0 in the game between South Africa A and the Bulls. At this stage, it is a yellow card to Similani as well in the 17th minute, but he will almost be back. But so far, only 7-0 to the South Africa A side. But now it is going to be Jamin there once again. Like I mentioned, 100%. Can that pressure get to him in this match? We will have to wait and see. He's lining it up. He's taking his time as well. He wants to make sure that this one does end up going straight down the middle. Lining it up here, Jamin there. 54 minutes gone in this match. He's missed it. He's missed it. I said it in the last one. I said that maybe it would end up with this one being the pressure one. We have got, all right, lads, vive la France. Sounds like it's been a good game, says Thick Boy. It's been interesting, that is for sure, with people getting red card at Corumbeti in the first 4 minutes of the game. Red card. Also, it was in the situation of Dalgunu. Ended up getting a yellow, he ended up getting injured, I should mention. And we will also put in the chat, I do like the fact that you have brought that up. One moment. Here we go. Hopefully that doesn't look too bad. I have put on the scrolly thingy that it did have a red card to Tini Alatupo as well from Wicked Night. And we have got to need some sleep for the game tomorrow. Good luck in your game, mate. I hate in the sport how the players put their arms up crying for the penalties to the referee. Yeah, it can influence them a little bit, I think, even though it's not supposed to. Like having a whole heap of people shouting in your face, of course, you're going to possibly look at a different option than you will. And we have also got there. How's it? Hamish, damn, looks like I missed a good first half. Had to pop out for a while, going for Australia by 5. Sorry, yeah, it's going to be a close one. I think I said Australia by 5 as well, if I'm not wrong. And we obviously got, my guess is only 3 tries in the second half. But I don't know which one. So one more try, we'll see. And yeah, at this stage now, it is going to be Tate McDermott kicking it high. Thirsty man as well, says Neva, and 14 players to 15 players. It is indeed, and just put a yellow card or a red sticky note on Kieran's forehead to show who got the cards. I feel like that would be quite a cool idea. Might need to get myself some sticky notes, but now it's going to be the Wallabies on attack on the halfway line. It's going to be Leonard Cattell trying to do the draw and pass, driving forward. He didn't quite link up with Tom Banks on the outside, but they have done well to retain that ball here. The Wallabies, Alessio goes back to Angus Bell now with the step. He is going to be driven down to the ground by the big locks of France. Alessio goes to Naisarani back into the hands of Paisami. Floaty pass there into the hands of Payanga Mosa. And they are still driving for Valentini, also out on the field at this stage. Now it's going to be Darcy Swain driving forward. They've got the advantage as well here, the Wallabies. But I believe it is just for a knock-on. If I'm not wrong now, it is going to be Reece Hodge with a bit of a step trying to break the tackle, but he has been dragged down by Vincent. Going back across field, Darcy Swain now. Gives it to Barlow. They are getting close to the line here. The Wallabies just outside of the 22. It's going to be a good attacking move now by Sami running it straight. But he has been dragged down. Geelong here is trying to get the ball, and they're going back for the penalty to the Wallabies. Yes, Hamish, you did say Australia by 5, so maybe we're all thinking the same way. Kieran's been using his McLean's toothpaste. His smile is looking sharp tonight. I wonder how many of you guys when we mentioned Colgate toothpaste and Kieran, I want to see how many of you guys remember a throwback live stream that we did probably around 9 months ago. Does anyone know what Kieran was doing with the toothpaste? Do let me know if you do know. But yeah, I think it will be just maybe Mako Vudapolabia and whatnot who might know it. Kieran and me going on a date later as well. He gets more dates than me, Kieran, at this stage. How do you do it, mate? It's a smile, isn't it? He's always happy. And we have also got that stuff. Even an inflatable guy got a date. Yeah, I know. It's pretty rough indeed, eh, Kieran? What are you doing later? You wanna go on a date? Says Scrublass. And also we have got Obi Snake has put the thingamabob, the face palm, that stuff. Even the inflatable guy got a date. And also now it is going to be Noel Alessio who has taken this kicking opportunity for the Wallabies. Currently 57 minutes gone in this match. And we have had 5 from 5 for Noel Alessio throughout this match. 57.5 minutes. This match is going to be close now. Jamanier missed his last kick. Noel Alessio, I'm not even going to look. Is he going to get this one? He's taking his time. I might have to look. I feel like he's going to miss it as well. I just have that feeling. Noel Alessio taking the deep breath there. He knows how important this kick is, which I feel like is what makes it so much harder to be able to kick it over. And Noel Alessio lines it up, and he's missed it. Too easy misses his smithy toilet. Both sides, what is going on in this game? It is rigged at the moment. Both of these guys just keep on being even throughout this whole match. We have got French at a very high level now. Well, says us, and also with his kid, and men as well, says Aneva, and also how the hell have these kickers missed the last two? Fix the sport, as well, says Stephen. Yeah, it's interesting because of the fact that both of them, you would say, were easy kicks for them, but both of them just feeling a little bit too much pressure. It's going to be taken by Reece Hodge now off the 22 dropout. Noel Alessio kicks it extremely low, high, and it's going to be Reece Hodge trying to line up. It's an awkward spinning one, and it's going to be taken by Teddy Thomas, who is going to be whacked hard in the tackle. Little offload there. Salakai Lotto almost wrestling him, and it's a little knock on. So now it's going to be a scrum feed for the Wallabies. One more try, and maybe a draw series. Imagine that. That would be pretty crazy. I joined Kiwi Lads months ago, but never commented. Can't shut me up now as well, says David Dale. I appreciate you being here, though. I feel like you guys in the chat are what really end up making it so much more fun. Like, I could commentate these games with no chat, but it just doesn't feel the same. Like, it's that interaction with you guys, hearing what your thoughts are on the games, and also just having some general banter with you guys just makes it that much more fun for me as well. But yeah, we've got a lot of regulars. You guys pretty much who are for this live stream. You were here for the All Blacks Fiji. Also, you may be here for the Wales versus Argentina game later on. That will be probably even more casual than this one was. What was Corin Betty sent off for? Was it deserved or controversial? Controversial. Tell you what, I couldn't say that to save myself. It's a hard one. Pretty much Geelong was crouching a little bit into a tackle of Corin Betty, and his shoulder hit the chin of Geelong. So then from there, even though he was crouching, they did call it because it was direct contact to the head. It was the red card, and that was in the 4th minute of this game as well. So it has had not as much of an impact on this game as people probably thought, because the Wallabies are still right in this. Now it's going to be Alessio who is going to be driving forward, and he has been tackled there by, I believe it was Hiritu, I think, who made the tackle. Naizarani getting back up to his feet just outside of the 22 once again for the Wallabies. Alessio going back now. Ikitau, quick hands out to Paianga. Mosa down the wing, trying to stop all of the French players from pushing him into touch. 22 out. Hooper now. Can he get a try? He scored in every other match that the Wallabies have played of this series. Now it is going to be in the hands of Valentini, one of his first carries of this one. McDermott goes back. They've got numbers. Alessio almost able to break his way through. Now he's done the offload. They weren't expecting it. He didn't go wide, though. Valentini now trying to break the line, but he is getting driven backwards. It's a penalty. Right. Do they take on the 3-pointer once again, or do they kick for the corner? We have got take a deep breath from this, as well as Harry. And also we have got looking good, says Alan Cook. Do you sleep? I do not sleep during the night. Normally I end up doing all of my editing during the night and these live streams. I sleep during the day. I'm like a vampire, about as pale as one too, to be fair. But yeah, hopefully I'll get outside a little bit more over the next couple of weeks as well. We have got South Africa Bulls game. It's too scrappy, falling asleep, and it's warm up here. It's warm here in Cape Town. I will have a quick look. Is it still 7-0 at this stage in the match? I know there was a yellow card to Similani, also the try for Apalele Fassi, but at this stage, 34 minutes in, still 7-0. Maybe do the Bulls have a chance of being able to pull off an upset? Do let me know, Carl. Well, we have also ain't got time to breathe, but going on a date with Colgate Kieran as well. Yeah, pretty much for you guys who weren't quite able to remember, it is that I taped a Colgate tube to Kieran's head, trying to get a Colgate sponsorship. Of course, we never heard from them, unfortunately. But yeah, he had a Colgate tube on the top of his head taped on, and we have got. I feel like this is the future of watching sports. Says Wicked Knight. It will be if the subscriptions of like these companies to be able to watch the games keep on going up. Because I feel like it's one thing. Free-to-air TV is becoming rarer and rarer when it comes to sport. So I feel like this is an awesome opportunity to be able to chat with you guys about the game while it's going on, and also try and provide commentary for those who aren't actually able to watch the game. Salakai Lotto, they're doing a judo throw on Cameron Waki there, looking like they're having a bit of a rivalry, but now it's going to be going sideways here. 5 meters out advantage here to the Wallabies. They decided to kick for the corner rather. Oh, it's just thrown it into the face by Sami, and now it's going to be going back for the penalty for La France. As well says Alan, both teams are playing like garbage. As well says Carl, and Paisami's been rubbish. As well says Militola. Also, we have got, I don't want to be too technical, Hamish, but the tackle wasn't malice. As well says David, yeah, it didn't seem like the kind of tackle he was trying to intentionally hit him in the head. It was just a long duck, and he ended up getting that shoulder to the head. And it was a big moment. That was a great judo throw from Salakai Lotto. Unfortunately, this is rugby, though. But, of course, we now know that he has got at least his yellow belt in that judo technique. Paisami, did he try a kick there? I think he actually kicked it into the face of one of the French players. We have also got there, come on Australia, says Wesley. Also tough call that one, says Ray Mantis. And also we have got there 2 French victories in Australia would be a disservice. See, that's the thing. I think even getting the 1 win was the first time in about 30 years that they were able to do so. So it's pretty amazing that they are still right in this. Yep, if you keep doing your thing, get a deal with Sky and show the game. It would be amazing. It would be indeed. I feel like I'll need about, I don't know how much they probably charge, because I know the likes of the All Blacks and whatnot, they don't actually show the games on their channel. I was trying to get in contact with the, it's the old Mitre 10 Cup / now it's going to be called the Bunnings NBC. I was trying to get in contact with them to see whether or not it would be all right to show like one little split second of footage for a highlight of like the try of the week. I was going to do like a follow along each week for the competition, but yeah, I never heard back, sadly. Don't know if we are. They probably don't think we're worth their time, to be fair, in terms of the fact that like they are a multi-million-dollar company. That's going to be a great push there from the Wallabies. They've got the advantage as well. And by the looks of it, Naisarani wants that ball. It's going to be a penalty, right? They've got an easy 3 here for the Wallabies, or is it? Your shout as well, says Alan. Sorry, I get a bit excited at this stage, surely. They should have a card out there. The ref should have the cards out here, the ref as well. Yeah, that's a lot of penalties against France right out from in front of their line. I think the next one surely is going to be going to the pocket. We have also got, I think it's completely possible. As well as Scrum Let's Draw through the Mitre 10 Cup as well. There's Marco Votopolby. I'll probably still end up doing the games for the watch-along live streams, but I really hope they don't end up copyright striking me just before the All Blacks. Give them a percentage. We would have to pay a sub to you as well, says Wicked Knight. Maybe it's like the join for the membership, channel memberships, and you end up in that situation. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how it goes. That we have got would be the first Sky commentator who doesn't drag players because of how short they are. Hamish is just so 10 out of 10 polite as well. I feel like you guys know this by now. Like we did the podcast for, it is based off rugby, that rugby podcast that we did. It's called Rugby Down Under. And pretty much throughout that one, the guy next to me, BKR Sport, he was saying how bad like Wales were playing. And I just couldn't bring myself to the level of being able to say like, yes. I just ended up trying to dodge the question every time. But I feel like I'll have to get better at being able to say if a team's not going well. Like, I like Wales. I like all rugby sides. That's going to be a front row going up, so we're going to get to see the drum reset as well. How long to go at this stage? It is going to be 15 minutes left in this game, and it is still 27-27. Going to be an exciting finish to the match. And at this stage, 38 minutes into this game, South Africa A versus the Bulls. South Africa A are only 7 points up, 7-0, so it's not completely the result that they would have been after. We are sitting on 66 likes at the moment, so we are actually sitting on a like per minute of the game. Can we get it to 80 before the end of this one? And also, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back with Argentina, Wales, also all of the Bledisloe Cup, all of the Tri-Nations, the Rugby Championship it is going to be, and all of the other matches that are taking place in the international and provincial world of rugby. We've also got Tupou was trying to scrummage his way over Bumper, trying to disengage. There's going to be a free kick, and now it's going to be Naisarani running sideways. The ball has come free. It's going to be Paisami now running over the tackle of Vincent. They're getting close now. The Wallabies only 5 meters out. McDermott going into the hands. Oh, that's a great run from, I think it was Angus Bell. Now they are trying to decide exactly what they want to do. He's going into the hands of Rob Valentini now. McDermott getting close there. Valentini, he's only inches from the line. Can Michael Hooper take this one? Looks like he is going to be passing it back to Paianga Mosa around the side, and that is a try to the Wallabies, a second try for Paianga Mosa. The crowd has erupted there at Suncorp Stadium from what looked like it was going to be a massive upward battle for them in their first few moments of the game. Brendan Paianga Mosa is the man who was able to score it. He's got a long name. I'll give him that. Brendan Pai. Oh, they're going upstairs, I think, if I'm not wrong, if I heard the double blow of the whistle, but he was getting close there. And then it was Michael Hooper passing it back to Paianga Mosa, and then Pinot just committed at the wrong time. I think Pinot was complaining about something there, but pretty much he committed to that ruck at the complete wrong time. And because of it, it did mean that it is going to be the try there to the Wallabies, I believe, unless they are kicking this. We're going to have to wait and see. Yeah, let's go. I'll tell you what, the chat is going very quick at the moment. Who here loves the Wallabies? Says Sonny. I think we have got quite a few supporters. I think they're going upstairs. They're going to check something. Hamish will be there. Oh, no, I read that one. And we have also got there in the chat exactly how. And we have got, I'm telling you now, France will get a penalty off the scrum. But the TMO is going upstairs. This might not be a try. Yeah, try as well in the chat. We have also got exciting match list. It is indeed. I hope you get sponsorship by Colgate. Is of no consequence to me because I really brushed my teeth and now I eat apples through a tennis racket. Through a tennis racket? Eat apples through a tennis... Oh, through braces, is it? I was very confused at that moment. Also, we have got... And even the referee is injured now in the South Africa game. That is not good news. Which Springboks are you guys looking forward to seeing in the Rugby Championship? Cheslin Colby, Ebenezer Beth. Oh, little knock on the ground. This might be a knock on. This might not be a try from Hunter Paisami. Huge moment in this game now. Whether or not this is... Oh, he's dropped the ball. He's dropped the ball. So that's going to be taking that one back from the Wallabies here. Oh, they might say it's ripped out right. We might have to type it back up. This is a huge TMO decision. I would not want to be the man sitting in that chair at the moment, that is for sure. But yeah, those two, Cheslin Colby, Etzebeth, and then maybe someone like an Apalele Fassi could be pretty cool to see. It's a knock on, and it's a no try in this game. That is the second no try, isn't it? In this match, if I'm not wrong, Brendan Paianga mostly got a feel for the man because it was a very nice try, but we are taking this one back, and now we are going to be going back to an even 27-27. I think they are checking to see whether or not they had the advantage. And Michael Hooper asking the question, the referee getting annoyed with him at this point. We have also tell you what, the chat is going extremely quick. You are in chair. As well, says Alan Cook, I am indeed. I am sitting on my chair. It's not the comfiest. It hasn't really got much of a backrest, to be fair. And when will the rugby match will be finished, says Daniel. We will be finished in around 15 to 20 minutes time, I believe. Cheslin Colby as well. Says Marco Vodopolovic, for crying out loud. Says Scrumless, I'm fed up with this referee. As well, says Stephen. And also we have got, we know Ed told us, and look after your windows. T for Go France as well, says Aniva. And also we have got not a very happy Stephen at the moment. Yeah, too many disallowed tries in this match for both sides, not just the Wallabies. I think France also have had a couple moments in this one. So the TMO, he's had his hands full, that is for sure. But we are going to have to wait and see who is going to be able to get the win. Currently, still 14 minutes left. It's going to be a scrum reset. 5 meters out from their own line here. And France have got the feed. So the big question here is whether or not they will be able to win this scrum because they have got the disadvantage in terms of the weight. I believe the Wallabies actually have a huge advantage in the weight, around 40 kgs, which can be a lot. Says Scrumless as well. One more try in the second half, but I don't know who as well. Says Ed Vogel. I'm going Michael Hooper. And also South Africa A. Bull 0, Fussy scored again, so that is good news for him. He's already got 2 in that match. He's the only one scoring. I'm not watching this. This is not rugby. This is cheats as well, says Stephen. It will be a shame to see you go for the live stream in that regard, though. But yeah, at this stage, a lot of interesting decisions in this one. That's a big push in the scrum, and now it's Kuyu hesitating a little bit, and now he's going to be running it out himself. And now they've got the man on the outside. He's gone into touches, a little knock on. And now it will be the Wallabies who have got the scrum feed. Oh, it's called an Australian head, but it was a knock on. It's a knock on. It was a knock on by the French player, I believe, if I'm not wrong, which it could be. Did that not hit the number 13? We always got Paisami again. He's so bloody bad as well. Come on, Wallabies, says Sonny. And also we have got, has it been halftime? Yeah, hasn't it? We are currently sitting 68 minutes into this match. I remember Wonga snotting Gislin as well. And we always got what in the chat? Oh, that might be WT. I know what that is now from Ray Mantis. In terms of WTF, I assume that would be, but that is going to be kicked from Kuyu now inside of the 22. And he has kicked it straight down the middle of the field. Taken nicely by Reece Hodge. He just headbutted the ground. That wouldn't have felt too nice on the forehead of Reece Hodge, but it has been that he has been able to hang on to the ball, I guess. Halfway now for the Wallabies. Hi, hello, says Sonny as well. Welcome in, mate. And I do appreciate you being here. You've been here for pretty much all of the second half, I believe, if I'm not wrong, and it is good to see you here. Who do you think is going to be winning this match? Or actually, we will do in the chat, who is going to be scoring the final try of this game, if there is one? And Sonny has said hello a few more times as well, but now it is going to be Tate McDermott kicking it high. Looks like Rob Valentini's going to be putting in a bit of a chase. Little kick in behind now. It's going to be in the hands of the number 22, Bouthier. And at this stage, at halftime, it is 14-0 in the South Africa A versus the Bulls game. Hodge for the faceplant as well. There's a brilliant kick from France there, and now inside of their own 22. The Wallabies are going to have a huge moment here. Hooper. As well says Scrum Lass. At this stage, this ball just did weird things. It just went towards the touchline, just kept on going. It kept running away from Lolesio. You got to feel bad for the man. He just wasn't quite able to keep up with it. And remember, Caveman, as well says Alan Cook. Who's Caveman? Not too sure who that is, but at this stage, kicks in play. The same amount of kicks, almost kick errors, 2 for both sides at halftime. In that match is South Africa A, sitting on 14. Oh, it's going to be dangerous here. Great sell the dummy from Tate McDermott, though, to make us side a couple extra meters. And at this stage now, it's going to be Niza running around the side. Was that the right option? He's left his feet. It's a penalty for the player being offside, and the Wallabies win the penalty there. And pulling up Mosa ears wide up as well. Tupou is a good shout from Sonny as well in terms of who will be able to score this last try. I'm excited for these final minutes, and that's the thing that I absolutely love about this game. I am impartial, which means I am probably having a lot less of a heart rate than some of you guys who are in the chat, because you guys will be going for your Wallabies, you'll be going for Les Bleus, and at this stage, luckily, I am down the middle, although I'm still very nervous, of course. Don't know what's going to happen in the final moments of this game. Is it time for a drop goal, says Stephen. There was actually an attempt to drop goal in the first half, I believe, from France, or early on in the second half. I think it might have been, which is interesting from them, but maybe there could be a drop goal coming very soon. We have also got every time a team concedes a penalty, casual claps for 2 seconds as well. Says Sonny Tyler and Hamish, you are a brilliant commentator. I'd rather listen to you than commentating, says fantastic. Thank you very much, mate. It is hugely appreciated. Nice running now coming off the field there, and it's going to be Matt Phillip making his way out there. And I guess it's one of those ones, listening to the commentary of the game, I guess one thing we don't have is, of course, the game being able to show it. But one thing that we do have is that interaction that radio commentary doesn't really give you. Unfortunately, now it's going to be Valentini driving forward for the Wallabies, currently 40 out. Going to be Matt Phillip getting his first carry of this match. Salakai Lotto protecting that ball nicely. McDermott hard in that tackle. Angus Bell now with a bit of a fend offload out the back to Payanga Mosa. Almost looked like he was setting up for a kick there. Payanga Mosa, but straight on the ball there. It's going to be the number 20. It's a penalty, though. Player not rolling away is the call. Hamish, what happens if it's a draw? I think it's just a drawn series. In that regard, Similani and Abalele fussy tries. But South Africa love these blokes as well. Says Marco Vanapolibia, they are definitely ones for the future. And we have got, I think it's a bit rough to complain about international rugby. After COVID-19 last year, we're lucky to have rugby to watch. Fair play in that regard. I feel like that's something that people like. These games are enjoyable, even though, yes, we have our calls in certain games that have kind of affected the match. But we're getting to see games of rugby that a year and a half ago we wouldn't have been able to do. We're allowed to have crowds here at Suncorp Stadium. They are getting behind Noel Alicio now. 71 and a half minutes gone in this match. He's going to have another kicking opportunity, and Tate McDermott getting a round of applause from his home crowd at Suncorp Stadium. Matt Tamua still on the bench, wondering whether or not they will use him late in this match. Hooray for Hamish as well, says Gillian. And also we have got there as his Visa, a replacement for Vermeulen. So asking Betty V, I'm nervous. Dropped $20 on TAB on a draw as well. How much was it playing? Good night. Do let me know. Last 10 minutes. Let's go. I wish there was a way that both could lose this traveling Jack. And we have got, yes, looks like he is a strong player. If he doesn't kick he wants, let's hope he gets it then. We have to wait and see. Straight out in front, about 43 out here. Noah Lolesio. Can he get this kick that would give his side the win? Possibly. There's still plenty of time left. He's struck it and he's drilled it down the middle there. Noah Lolesio, and now Australia take the lead back. What is going to happen in the final moments of this game? I said about how I was impartial, so I'm not nervous. I'm very nervous at the moment, I'll be honest. I'm going for Pinot run in the next try. I love the Wallabies, but I'm repping the Northern Hemisphere over here, says Sick Boy. And that's the thing. Damien Pinot, he's such a talented player. He's touched the ball once or twice in this match. Did Tupou try? No, they did get the 3 points for the penalty there. Going to be, it's taken by France now off their own kickoff. Going back across field now is going to be Demba Bumba with the big fin on Darcy Swain, but he has driven him down to the ground now. Kuyu, they are just outside of the 22 now here. France going to be in the hands. Oh, that was high. And that's going to be at least a penalty, if not more. Now it's going to be the number 20 driving forward. And if that's a yellow card, they're going to be down to only 10 men. 14 men, 13 men. The number. My brain stopped working. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what they decide. If they take this kick here, France will be 30-30. Yes, take the 3, France as well, says Wicker9. And also, Hamish, please start streaming cricket. Maybe the second innings of a one-dayer as well, says David. And I'm looking forward to the KFC Big Bash that is going to be hopefully coming up in a couple months' time. I am going to be hopefully doing all of those games because I absolutely love watching cricket as well. I feel like it's a little bit slower paced in terms of I won't be talking flat out, but I still end up talking flat out through those live streams as well. And we have got 7 more minutes, as I said, Ed. And yeah, it's going to be very close at the end of this one. Come on, Noah Lolly Cielo as well, says Marco Vonapolabia and a few frogs in the chat. And 30-27. Whew, it's going to be a close finish. It's currently about 40 degrees in this lounge. I don't think it's quite that hot, but it's getting up there. Valentini here. Is he going to end up with a penalty and at least a yellow card here? They're going to be going upstairs, I think, for this one. But Jamanier now going to be taking it on. Currently sitting 5 from 6 in this match. And it's a draw once again, says Ed Vogel. And also, what about the Black Caps? When are they playing next? Do let me know, Kiwi Lad. And we have also got Colgate toothpaste everywhere, 12 hours of antibacterial protection for everyone as well. I mean, I would do a good job of saying what they want me to say for sponsorship. I mean, I might get I don't know. Hopefully we can get a sponsor one day. So it's going to end up a draw this. As I said, 7, it could. And at this stage, it is rain dead or be rain dead. As I says, it was Alan Cook. Deep breath, my son. And I love to watch Kiwi Lads cricket. Oh, please, yes. As well says Scrumlads. But now the score. 30-30. This is a close game indeed. Is it going to be the Wallabies? Is it going to be Les Bleus who are going to be able to get the win? But 30-30 with only 6 minutes left here. And everyone, I think, is getting on the edge of their seat at this moment. And we have also got who you're rooting for, says Sonny. I feel like deep down I should be going for the Wallabies because they are the Southern Hemisphere side. But also, I have also got that attitude of when I am impartial, I try and stay completely down the middle. Tom Banks now has got this ball 40 metres out from his own line, kicks it as high as he can, trying to make it an awkward one. Oh, it's a knock on. And now because of it now, France, it's going to be a scrum feed to the Wallabies as well. And it's a draw once again, said Ed. Jeez, this is a close game. I'm losing my mind. Go Wallabies as well, says Scrum Lass. I don't even know what to say at this point. In terms of the commentary, I feel like I'm just watching every moment, knowing that it could be the difference between a side winning the series and losing it or drawing it. But as we get to see a draw, will it be finished at, it will be 13. Depending on where you are, Daniel, at this stage, it will be finished in only 10 minutes' time will be the latest. You could get sponsorship from Tinder. You'll be the ultimate Mr. Serial Girl. You stunt muffin. Thank you, Johnny Blaze, very much. I'm spinning around Kylie Minogue as well. I don't know whether Tinder would sponsor us. We might have to try and reach out to a couple more companies. See how we go. We have also got who's going to win, Wallabies versus Rooster as well, says Ed Vogel. That is a good question. And the Black Caps are playing next year on the dice. On this one as well, says Ray Manchester. I feel like it's because of the heat in this room that I slow cooking myself. We have also got your knock-on reactions are the best. Genuine shock on your faces, says Sebastian. That's a great push. And the Wallabies have the penalty advantage now. It's going to be Paisami, little offload to Ikatau now. No sign of Matt Tamuanet yet, sorry. Now it's going to be Matt Phillip out hard in the tackle there. And he is getting held up by Kuyu as well. He was doing well with that strength, and it's going to be going back for the penalty. Dude, it's 10 degrees here as well, says Sunny. At this stage, it's 6 degrees outside, and it's I'd say about 30 inside with the humidity of the fire next to me at this stage. Whoever put the wood on the fire, they well and truly stoked it up for me, which, yeah, my eyes have gone like wide open. This is crazy, like tree full of, I'm not sure what that is. I don't know whether I should read it out or whoever's got the sun is rising. over the desert mountains, and you can hear my screams echoing into the distance as well. Drop goal, says Ed. I think they are going for the 3 once again here, the Wallabies. There's a huge moment in this game. What's it looking like outside? Nice and dark at the stage here in New Zealand. Currently sitting almost at midnight. Dave Rennie having a drink. Surely he has sweated through about 5 shirts by now. Dave Rennie, I know I would have if I was in his position. Noah Lolesio now has got another opportunity to get the lead. You can have my wife. I don't care, says Alan. That's very generous, Alan. Thank you very much for your offer. Also, we have got, come on, Wobblies as well, says AJ. Is he going to be able to get this kick? Noah Lolesio. I feel like the chat's just a little bit ahead of me. Paisami going off the field now. Matt Tamua making his way out there, but I know that the chat could be ahead, so I'm not even going to look that way for this kick. Is Noah Lolesio going to be able to get it here? That's a huge question at this stage. A lot of pressure on this young man. I know that in that game between the Crusaders and the Brumbies, they had a kick to draw the game. This could be the kick that could win them the game here for the Wallabies. How is he going to go in this match? That's a big question. Pressure on that man. The Wallabies supporters at Suncorp Stadium, some of them can't even watch at this point while we are sitting only 2 minutes left. Noah Lolesio, can he get it for the Wallabies? 30 metres out, stepping up to the ball. He hasn't struck it well, but he struck it well enough, and it's gone straight down the middle. And now because of it, it means that it is going to be 33 to the Wallabies and 30 to France. Now it's just going to be a restart. But last time when this happened, it was that situation of France retaining their own kickoff. And we always got there another penalty set. It is indeed. Nice kick, says Harry. Come on, France, says David. And go the Wallabies, says Sonny. Get an odds up the Wallabies. Yes. You should get a sponsorship from Colgate. Your fangs are immaculate as well, says David. I mean, I have got that big gap in the middle. So maybe I'll get one from that one. What's the one that does the aligners to try and put the teeth here? Smile More? Is it? If I'm not wrong, they might want to give me a go. But now it is going to be Jake Gordon now. They are going to be kicking this one by the looks of it here. The Wallabies, no, they are just going to be keeping on hitting it up. I don't know whether they're far enough out from their own line to afford to do this, because if France steal this ball, they have a kickable penalty opportunity. But Jake Gordon now, there is only a minute left in this match. Jake Gordon goes to Valentini driving forward. I think it was straight on the ball. The best thing for the Wallabies. It's a penalty to France. It's a penalty to France. Oh, no. This game, I don't know what is going on. My cat's sleeping on the floor. It's that warm in here. Yeah, he is sleeping. I was just checking that we have got back in green and gold for now. They have got the big opportunity here, France. They are going, do we want the draw or do we want to risk it for the win? They have to decide. They're kicking for the corner here, France. They have decided they are not messing around. It's up to 5 seconds left in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Bro, I was going for France, but they're losing as well, says David. And also we have got, it always happens, but they're 33 by the end. Will France get a try? It's a big question. Please hold on, Wallabies. As well, it is going to be now Etria with this throw just outside of the 22 for France now. Oh, geez. It's taken there by Walkie, and it's a nice rolling maul here for France. The Wallabies, they need to make sure their defense is immaculate, because now France are driving forward. It's being defended now. Oh, if the Wallabies can actually hold this one, it will end up going for the scrum here. Is it going to be? It's going to be the scrum. And it means now that that's going to be the end of the game, and the Wallabies have got it. They have won this series. They have won this game between the Wallabies and France. 33 points to 30. What a try. What a game. What a few tries, I should say. Full time. And the Aussies have been able to win this one. How did this match happen the way that it did? How are all of these games between the Wallabies and France so close? I want to draw, got money on it as well. Super night. Unfortunately, does it mean that you did slightly miss out? The series is amazing. I 100% agree. The fact that each game has gone down to the wire, that's about all I have to say as well. And we have got Woo from Rio Gamer. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in late, as you are still here to see the final moment. So, and Rio Gamer, your legend, says Marco Vonopolobia. Remember when the All Blacks did this to Springboks in Pretoria a few years back? Get a try, says David. And also, there is a lot of happy people at the moment in Suncorp Stadium. The way that the match started with the red card for Marika Korompeti, it just seemed like it was going to go from there to possibly, yeah, they lost Algunu as well. They are just mentioning crazy scenes in this game. Angus Bell looks like he's hurt his arm. That is not ideal for that man, but what a series we have seen between these two sides. Bucky's on me, as well as says Ray Mantis. How amazing is it from Australia having a red card? Why didn't they kick for goal then as well? I think they decided, because of the fact if it was a draw, I think it was just a draw overall, and I don't think they had any points differential to go off, because one side won by 2 points the first game, one side won by 2 points in the second game. So I think it's one of those ones that unfortunately they didn't actually have that option of being able to draw, or it would have just been a draw in the series. Right, both teams' performance 1 to 10. Wallabies, they had to dig deep. 14 men on the field for 75 minutes in this one. Don't know what to say. I would say that the Wallabies, I'll give them about an 8, and France still probably at around that 6 mark, but possession very much in the favour of the Wallabies as well. For anyone who was wondering about the South Africa A versus the Bulls game at this stage, it is 14-0 to South Africa A. We have got, hey, Hamish, you should get sponsorship from Colgate. Your fangs are immaculate as well, says David. David, is that a reference to me possibly being a vampire? Because I don't go outside. Probably rush those vampire fangs as well, says Grumlack. Bad luck, France, says David as well. And man of the match, I mean, Tate McDermott's got to be up there as well. Let's go. He handled the pressure when he had to. So maybe it could be. Oh, you could be him as well. That was a nice, friendly face, wasn't it? Well, that's actually lucky. It was indeed. And yeah, France, come on, says a native English as well. And we have also got in the chat, I'm out of here, guys. I'm tired and sleepy. Night, Hamish in chat. Good chat, great laughs, awesome stream, guys. 422 you all. Says Marco Vonapolobia. We will see you later, mate. And France lost this deservedly. Wallabies showed tremendous passion after that tough red card. They did indeed. They dug deep. And they had to, the Wallabies. It was going to be tough for them. Great job, says Chris as well. Thank you very much, mate. Respect to the French for going for the try there. That's right before you're there. That's the thing. Taking that 3 could have made it a draw. It was a difficult kick, but I feel like Jaminet still has the ability of being able to kick it. So for them to be able to go, we are willing to risk this whole series to try and get that one moment that could win us. That was just, it's fair play to them. Taking a nap after the stream, Kiwi lad. I'll probably end up cooking some chips. You know, a bit peckish. So I might end up doing a bit of that as well. And we have got not all good goal. What time? The next game, bro. It is going to be a 2 a.m. game, and it is going to be between Argentina and France. So that should be a very exciting contest between those two sides, because of the fact the last time they played, Argentina and Wales, I should say, because the last time those two sides played, it was a 20-20 draw. The score that it was at halftime. Bye, lads. See you soon as well, says David. We will see you later, mate. Chips. Says Sebastian as well. And we have got now, well, no, it's a nail biter. It was indeed on yes, Skivvies. Well done, both teams. Thanks, DJ. And Wallabies going to bring the high from this win into the Bledisloe Cup, and it's going to be a bloodbath, says Scrumless as well. And we have also got there, thanks, lads. See you in the Wales versus Argentina. 3 down, 1 to go, says Ed. I wish it was the case. We've actually still got 2 more to go. We've got the British and Irish Lions taking on the Stormers. That is going to be the later game that we are going to be covering. So it's going to be fun. It'll be good fun to stay up till 6 a.m., but it's going to be worth it. I absolutely love doing these ones for you guys as well. And 9, says Kitiona, and also pleasant evening, says Alan Cook as well. Tell you what, I'm going to look at the stats in terms of the votes pretty much throughout this whole match. It was sitting at pretty much 50-50. Right at the end, the Wallabies snuck it to 51%, and they were able to sneak the win 30 points. Or 33 points, to 33. You can't go past some hot chips and see you then, bro. Says David, and pleasant evening. Said Alan, and see you. Says more kick as well. But yeah, in this match, what a match to look at for the final match of this series. We have had a few good matches today so far. Hopefully it does continue with the Argentina versus France. Argentina versus Wales. It is in this one. The position in this one, 64% for the Wallabies, 67% territory, 3 tries apiece. Also quite a few meters carried for both sides. Defenders beaten pretty even. 10 for France, 7 for the Wallabies. And then from there, the try scorers. Noel Alicio had 88% for his kicking today, only missing the 1. So you at 6, says Alan Cook as well. And we have what's got there. Tackles made, 95% of the tackles were made by France. 125 from 132 and 50 from 60 for the Wallabies in this one as well. And we have got thanks for everything you do for us, Hamish, at the Kiwi lads as well. I absolutely love doing it for you guys. who are all in the chat every time we do one of these. Another great broadcast. Hamish, you're doing a great job, bro. Says Ross McIntyre. Thank you very much. Hopefully you guys were able to follow the game from the commentary. Even the moments where I just sat there almost speechless about what I was watching in front of me. Still a very exciting one indeed. Having a glass of water, bro. Thank you as well. And ciao from Neva. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. We have still got 2 live streams that are going to be taking place a little bit later on tonight. 2 hours time, we are going to be doing Argentina versus Wales. And then the match after that is going to be the British and Irish Lions. They are going to be taking on the Stormers. So those are the 2 big matches. And we also got there, you're a legend, Hamish, great comms, bro. As well, says Ray Mantis, thank you very much, mate. Indeed, great greatest rugby streamer, top tier lad. And I appreciate that a lot too, mate. It is hugely appreciated and be good, says Alan Cook. But nonetheless, also the pin comment in the live stream in the chat is going to be for the Kiwi Lads gaming channel. If gaming is something that you guys are interested in, me and George have been doing a little bit on there. We are going to be playing a few sports games as well throughout that little bit of time that we are going to be doing our gaming. And also there is a link to a rugby podcast that I am a part of. It is called the Rugby Down Under podcast, and it is our very first podcast that we have released. So be sure to check that out as well. But nonetheless, let's go. Hi, Kiwi, as well as Sam. And then he put, no, I'm late. It is slightly unfortunate, but you do get to see the score. I recommend checking out the highlights. One moment. I will see if I can find you guys a game that you might be able to watch. Tell you what, to be fair, if you guys are interested in watching the first half of this game, I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to be promoting this because it is on YouTube and he could get a copyright strike, but a channel called Full Force Rugby has just very recently released the first half of this game. So if you do want to watch that full first half, and also he will be releasing highlights after the game as well, but I believe the highlights will already almost be on Stan. South Africa A is up against the Bulls currently. I'm glad Aussies won the game as well, says Sam. And at this stage, we'll have another quick wee check-in. At this stage, when I last checked, it was 14-0 for the South Africa A side, and it is still 14-0 as well. Great to see, or excited to see Australia development with these young lads here. The likes of Tate McDermott, he had a very good game today, and he was the man that everyone wanted to see stepping up into that starting lineup, and he got the opportunity, and he did make the most of it. And Aussie now, they were able to win the eToro France series is what they have called it. That's an interesting name, but you know, is what it is. We have got since Blue Bulls couldn't verse Lions, they versed South Africa A as well, says Sam. And then the game later on, it is going to be the British and Irish Lions, and they are going to be taking on the Stormers. Michael Hoopy is having the speech at the end of this match. Thank you for a few seconds of commentary. Have a nice day, mate. As well, says Sam, and also great job. Appreciate it, mate. Says Kristen, and congrats from France. Australia, says Polo. Yeah, it's a brilliant series. Like, I feel like it's one of those ones, the first game being won by 2 points, the second game being won by 2 points, one apiece, and then the third game to go down to the 78th minute. Doesn't get much better than that in terms of closeness of a game and of a series as well. We have got, you're going to live it later, says Sam. I am going to be back for the Argentina-Wales game, which does kick off in 2 hours' time. And then also I will be back for the next match after that, which is going to be the British and Irish Lions taking on the Stormers. We have also got, I want to know, when does it start? I'm not sure, says Zam. So it is going to be at 1 hour, 51 minutes time. So 2 a.m. New Zealand time is when the next game is going to be kicking off. Oh, I'm getting peckish, so I might end up ending this live stream, cooking some food for myself. But I hope you guys did all enjoy it. And every time I try and say subscribe, I end up messing it up, unfortunately. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, we are going to be back with plenty more live streams, including the Bledisloe Cup when it does come around only in a couple of weeks' time. That was a wonderful game, says Polo as well. It was indeed. Couldn't get much better than that. Yes, there was controversy at times, but in terms of having the closeness of a series come down to the wire, it was pretty awesome indeed. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all possibly in about an hour or so. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one.